Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson Tonight. Here's a story that tells you a lot. Last Friday, a 35-year-old convicted felon called Austin Simon walked into a neighborhood convenience store in Harlem in New York City and pushed his way behind the counter. Austin's girlfriend had just had a dispute with the clerk in the store. The clerk was a 61-year-old Dominican immigrant called Jose Alba. The woman wanted a bag of potato chips, but there was no money left on her government-issued food stamp card. So the clerk tried to take back the chips. The woman became enraged and went and got her boyfriend. Now, the boyfriend, Austin Simon, had a long history of violent crime. Simon had spent at least 3 years in prison for assault. His most recent parole expired last May. Though Simon had no apparent job, he was wearing a $300 designer T-shirt and a gold earring. And he was extremely angry. He was furious. Austin Simon threw Alba into a wall, then leaned down and screamed in his face. When the older man stood up, Simon grabbed him by the neck. Here's a local news account describing what happened next.
Surveillance video shows 37-year-old Austin Simon push the clerk behind the bodega counter and then stand over him. Moments later, a struggle ensues. The two wrestle and the clerk stabs Simon multiple times. This happened late Friday night in the Blue Moon convenience store off West 140th Street. Police were called for an assault in progress and found Simon bleeding from 2 stab wounds in his chest and 1 in his neck. He later died at the hospital, and police arrested the deli clerk, 51-year-old Jose Alba, for second-degree murder.
Alba's 61, by the way. He's every bit as old as he looks. Now, Simon died. Every death is sad. But at the same time, decent people can acknowledge that some deaths are much sadder than others, and Austin Simon's death is not one of those. Simon was a thug. He was a taker. He was a cruel and vicious bully. Austin Simon was the sort of person who beats up old men simply because he can. Functional societies have zero tolerance for people like Austin Simon because people like Austin Simon hurt the weak and prevent the productive from producing. They themselves contribute nothing. They are, in fact, the mirror image of men like Jose Alba. Jose Alba came to the United States 30 years ago to work, and working is exactly what he was doing at the bodega in Harlem at almost midnight on Friday, selling chips to people who don't bother to work, holding up the retail economy for minimum wage. A healthy society celebrates, venerates men like Jose Alba, men with jobs and families, men with independence and dignity. And above all, a healthy society affirms the right of men like this to self-defense. Self-defense is the cornerstone of all liberty. If you can't defend your own life and property, you have no rights at all. And that was obvious in America for centuries. This was a country whose leaders encouraged decent behavior, who held up the common man as a hero. But that has changed. Jose Alba wasn't lauded for his bravery or his resourcefulness. He wasn't congratulated for defending himself in the face of a violent felon much younger than him, though every single normal person who watched that video on social media applauded, every single one. And yet Alba was arrested at the scene, and he was sent to jail. An openly racist, Soros-backed prosecutor called Alvin Bragg then charged Jose Alba with felony murder. He sent him to Rikers Island, a jail famous among Democrats because it's so squalid and so dangerous that they have spent decades trying to shut it down. But it wasn't so bad they didn't send Jose Alba there. And then Bragg set his bail at $250,000, $250,000, in a city that very recently was considering getting rid of all bail. Compare that to the bail of other violent criminals. Now, a judge later lowered that bond to $50,000, but the message that Bragg sent was very clear to everyone watching, and it was this: if the criminal who assaults you is a member of a favored group, you don't have the right to fight back. You may not defend.
I see a lot of talking going on in the chat toward me, and I haven't even spoke yet. So let me get a mic check and drop a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Since a lot of people got a lot to say addressing me, I'm going to put the link out there. And starting right now, if the people addressing me in the chat ain't got enough respect for me to hit the link and come talk to me like an adult, I'm just going to block you. Say anything to me in the chat and don't click the link, you gone. So you might as well don't even talk to me then. Don't even talk to me if you ain't gonna talk to me. I don't like to type back and forth with people. when I offer my call in like that. So if you got something to say, hit the link and come say it, or we gonna get you up out of there. So you better erase your shit if you asking me something or saying anything to me, and you know you ain't gonna hit that link. I advise you to erase it. If I stroll up and down, I'm gonna stroll back. You're saying something to me and you ain't hit the link, I'm blocking you, and it's gonna be the permanent ban. Tired of y'all, man. I'm not gonna fucking bite. Called in to the radio, but you can't call in to this. Called in to the radio back in the day, all of you did.
That very recently was considering getting rid of all bail. Compare that to the bail of other violent criminals. Now, a judge later lowered that bond to $50,000, but the message that Bragg sent was very clear to everyone watching, and it was this: if the criminal who assaults you is a member of a favored group,
I want y'all to pay attention to this shit, because this gonna lead to a good debate and a good conversation, man. This is some deep shit right here. So check this out.
30 years ago to work, and working is exactly what he was doing at the bodega in Harlem at almost midnight on Friday, selling chips to people who don't bother to work, holding up the retail economy for minimum wage. A healthy society celebrates, venerates men like Jose Alba, men with jobs and families, men with independence and dignity. And above all, a healthy society affirms the right of men like this to self-defense. Self-defense is the cornerstone of all liberty. If you can't defend your own life and property, you have no rights at all. And that was obvious in America for centuries. This was a country whose leaders encouraged decent behavior, who held up the common man as a hero. But that has changed. Jose Alba wasn't lauded for his bravery or his resourcefulness. He wasn't congratulated for defending himself in the face of a violent felon much younger than him, though every single normal person who watched that video on social media applauded, every single one. And yet Alba was arrested at the scene, and he was sent to jail.
Yeah, so if y'all don't know about this story, if you live in New York, you know about this story right here. This bodega owner dude, Jose Alba, was in his store working and shit, and this black dude came in there and went behind the fucking counter, right, to assault the man. Started beating on him and stuff, and this dude grabbed the knife and killed the dude, stabbed him 3 times. You know, the store clerk defended his life and stabbed the black boy 3 times, killed him. And he went to jail because the people in that area are black. They got a black people in charge in that area, you know, as far as the law go. And so they didn't get that nigga no self-defense. They locked him up for murder. But he ended up, I don't know if he beat the charges or not right now. I don't know how that's going, but that's very interesting, because it's been a lot of situations lately where people defending themselves and they going to jail. And I've been seeing this shit back to back. Now they blaming this on Democrats. Like I said, I don't really get into the political side of things. All I know is I collect guns, I shoot guns, and I'm all about self-defense. And if I defend myself, I don't want to fucking even think about going to jail, or even, I don't want to even be thinking about if I'm doing something wrong. If somebody broke in my store, my property, my house, you know, I'm gonna lay your ass down. And in my mind, I'm gonna be celebrated, right? Wrong. And I want to know, when did that change? When did the nigga that's defending himself, that beat up the bully, when did he started getting prosecuted for that shit, you know? So, yeah, I want to have a conversation and a little back and forth with you guys today. But let's check this out, man.
An openly racist, Soros-backed prosecutor called Alvin Bragg then charged Jose Alba with felony murder. He sent him to Rikers Island, a jail famous among Democrats because it's so squalid and so dangerous that they have spent decades trying to shut it down. But it wasn't so bad they didn't send Jose Alba there. And then Bragg set his bail at $250,000, $250,000, in a city that very recently was considering getting rid of all bail. Compare that to the bail of other violent criminals. Now, a judge later lowered that bond to $50,000, but the message that Bragg sent was very clear to everyone watching, and it was this. If the criminal who assaults you is a member of a favored group, you don't have the right to fight back. You may not defend yourself. You must take whatever he gives you, because thugs have more rights than you do. You being the person dumb enough to be working at almost midnight in a bodega in Harlem on a Friday. That's the message. And it wasn't simply Alvin Bragg who was sending it. The tech companies, as always, joined with government as a unified force to send this message. GoFundMe deleted Jose Alba's fundraising page from the internet. Contrast this with how the left's militia are treated. Now, GoFundMe explained, we don't allow fundraising for anyone who's been charged with a violent crime. Really? Well, that's just a lie, and provably so. BLM rioters were encouraged to raise money for...
Are y'all hearing this shit? GoFundMe banned this dude. And this dude is a hero in my eyes. An old man defended himself. And I'm going to play that video for you too when this one done. That matter of fact, let's play that real quick. That man's a hero now. They took the man GoFundMe down, but they can allow twerking GoFundMe. They can allow GoFundMe for all kind of crazy shit. Like he said, a Black Lives Matter shit. They talking about you don't allow GoFundMes for violent people who commit acts of violence, and you allow GoFundMe for these BLM protesters. That's crazy. And then this old ass man defending himself. Let's watch
Good
this.
evening. I'm Dana Tyler. Christina and Maurice are off tonight. Prosecutors say it all started with an argument over a declined card. CBS 2's Ali Bauman is live now in Hamilton Heights with these fast-breaking developments. Ali.
Dana, Jose Alba was able to make bail tonight thanks to his family and his boss here at the bodega who split the cost. The deli clerk stayed silent walking back into his apartment building tonight after spending 5 days behind bars. Alba is charged with second-degree murder, but customers, legal experts, and even the mayor agree. The surveillance video shows that this case is not so cut and dry. Surveillance video shows 37-year-old Austin Simon going behind the bodega counter. He shoves the clerk, 51-year-old Jose Alba, into a chair, then hovers over him. Moments later, Simon seemingly pulls Alba up by his shirt collar and the two men wrestle. We're freezing the video before the clerk pulls out a knife and stabs Simon multiple times.
The first thing that you feel is you fears about your life. So you're going to do whatever is possible for you to defend yourself.
This happened late Friday night in the Blue Moon convenience store off West 139th Street. When police arrived, they found Simon bleeding from 2 stab wounds in his chest and 1 in his neck. He later died at the hospital, and the NYPD arrested Alba, the deli clerk, for second-degree murder. Alba's customers are coming to his defense.
Very good people. Very, very good people.
Well, the man is defending himself. He has a right to defend himself.
Do you think he should have been arrested for murder?
No.
Since
Damn. Very good people. Very good people. Very good. Very good. This is fucked up, man. I think all of the shit that I'm talking about today is pretty much New York, baby. So where my NY people at? Y'all gonna call in today? We gonna get it popping.
Nah.
Since his arraignment this weekend, Alba was being held on a $250,000 bail. Prosecutors said the altercation began when the victim's girlfriend tried buying a snack for her daughter, but the card was declined. The clerk then took the snack back from the child, according to prosecutors, and they left. Minutes later, Simon walked in and went behind the counter of the store to confront the clerk.
I saw him as a hard-working, innocent New Yorker that a person went behind the counter and attacked him.
Thursday, a judge lowered Alba's bail to $50,000.
Hey, you know that black dude, they're gonna be called the coon, watch. What's this dude name? Oh, this the mayor of, hold on, this the mayor of New York?
And went behind the counter of the store to confront the clerk.
I saw him as a hard-working, innocent New Yorker that a person went behind the counter and attacked him.
Thursday, a judge lowered Alba's bail to $50,000 at the request of the defense counsel and district attorney. We were there as Alba returned home from Rikers Island hours later.
Shouldn't even be no bail. The man shouldn't even be going through this. If somebody break in your house and assault you and you lay him down with a knife in the kitchen, why are you in jail? It don't matter if it's at your house or your store. It's your property.
The DA's office says even before the public outcry, they had been working on a new bail package that would be the least restrictive alternative to assure his return to court on this serious matter.
The DA will have to disprove, effectively prove beyond a reasonable doubt, that this defendant was not acting in self-defense.
Legal expert Dmitry Shaknovic says thanks to the video, prosecutors will likely have a tough time proving their case.
The law says that you have to retreat. In this particular case, he couldn't really do that.
The law said you gotta run. Now, nature gives you the choice of fight or flight. That's nature. That's natural law. And they taking away your fucking rights and you don't see it. People, listen to me while I'm doing this stream. I don't get into politics like that. But right at this time, I got to show you some agenda. See, this stuff does affect your ass. It affects your ass, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. This shit gonna affect you. If you got to defend yourself, it's a matter of you going to jail or you being a hero, defending yourself. That's what's the political. That's what, see, this is why I don't like politics, but I can't say that it don't affect your life. I can't say that it don't affect your life. And the thing about this shit, right? You have the right of fight or flight. Meaning if Brother Sanchez approach you and your children, and I'm swinging on y'all, boom, 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 punching you and your kids in the face. You got the right to grab your children and run away, or to push your children back and beat the dog shit out of my ass. You got the right to make either one of them choices. You can run from my bullying, or you can stand up to my bullying. They're taking away your right to stand up against the bully. And that's something we need to talk about. Because now you only got the right to run. You can't fight. And everything in nature got the right to fight or flight. It's even natural. It's wired in us. Okay? All right, so let's go.
Bail and their legal defense. They can have lawyers, but not bodega clerks. They are powerless and they must remain so. So GoFundMe openly encouraged rioting in the name of George Floyd on behalf, in effect, of Joe Biden 2 years ago. But Jose Alba, they shut his family down in hours.
Do y'all hear this? Okay, we don't care that it's coming from Tucker Carlson. He's telling the truth, though. And actually, Tucker Carlson tells the truth a lot. And I know folks like, what the fuck? This nigga, Brother Sanchez, watching the Fox News, and he's saying that the dude on there is telling the truth. Yeah, he's telling the truth. See, y'all can't fucking be so tunnel vision. Don't be stupid, man. Come on.
Stupid.
It's some truth in the Bible, man. Come on now, it's some truth in the Quran, even though I don't fuck with the Bible or the Quran. And see, I don't fuck with the news, but I listen to everybody. Even a fool can join my panel and debate me. Maybe that's my problem. But I tell you what, you can learn from everybody. And we can learn a lot from this story and from this situation, regardless of who presenting the story. Because the conversation of whether or not you can defend yourself is a real conversation, regardless of who's having it.
GoFundMe explained, we don't allow fundraising for anyone who's been charged with a violent crime. Really? Well, that's just a lie, and provably so. BLM rioters were encouraged to raise money for bail and their legal defense. They can have lawyers, but not bodega clerks. They are powerless, and they must remain so. So GoFundMe openly encouraged rioting in the name of George Floyd on behalf, in effect, of Joe Biden 2 years ago. But Jose Alba, they shut his family down
roll up
in
with
hours.
Sanchez, since we the only ones up here.
Oh, shit, my bad. I forgot. I let people on. Salutes to the people on a call. You know what? I'm gonna finish the video, and when that's done, y'all go in, man. Let me share this with y'all, though, so y'all can hear the volume. Welcome to the call, guys. Just about 10 more minutes. Here we go.
And their legal defense. They can have lawyers, but not bodega clerks. They are powerless, and they must remain so. So GoFundMe allows fundraising for anyone who's been charged with a violent crime. Really? Well, that's just a lie, and provably so. BLM rioters were encouraged Jose Alba's fundraising page from the internet. Contrast this with how the left's militia are treated. Now, GoFundMe explained, we don't allow fundraising for anyone who's been charged with a violent crime. Really? Well, that's just a lie, and provably so. BLM rioters were encouraged to raise money for bail and their legal defense. They can have lawyers, but not bodega clerks. They are powerless, and they must remain so. So GoFundMe openly encouraged rioting in the name of George Floyd on behalf, in effect, of Joe Biden 2 years ago. But Jose Alba, they shut his family down in hours. So who made this decision specifically? You should know their names. GoFundMe is a company. Here's who runs it. Tim Cadigan is the CEO of GoFundMe. Juan Benitez is the president. You're seeing their pictures right there. The chief corporate affairs officer at GoFundMe is called Margaret Richardson. These are the people who made this decision to crush Jose Alba and his family. But they're not the only ones. Virtually every power center in the United States agrees that self-defense is no longer allowed. You can no longer fight back. And if you don't believe it, remember how the media covered the Rittenhouse trial. He carried a gun across state lines. He's a white supremacist. Here was a man exercising his fundamental right of self-defense. But he was charged with murder, and corporate media backed the prosecutors. During Rittenhouse's trial, one prosecutor called James Krause told the jury openly that Rittenhouse should have just allowed the thugs to beat him to death. He had no right to defend himself. Quote, everyone takes a beating sometimes, Krause says, a man who's never taken a beating in his life. And then another prosecutor you'll recall, called Thomas Binger, declared that if you own a gun, you are effectively waiving your right to defend yourself. Watch.
They have to convince you that Joseph Rosenbaum was going to take that gun and use it on the defendant, because they know you can't claim self-defense against an unarmed man like this. You lose the right to self-defense when you're the one who brought the gun.
So those are the closing arguments in Wisconsin during the Rittenhouse trial. You lose the right to self-defense when you're the one who brought the gun. Now, legally, that is nonsense. It's insane. There's no reference point whatsoever in American law for that.
That's very insane. You want to interject?
That's insane, Sanchez. Listen, I just want to add one quick point. I knew that white boy was going to get off for this point, and we got to stop just wanting to convict people, because it'll set the wrong precedents moving forward. You see what I'm saying? And jam people up.
Hey, you know what I don't get? There's a brother named King Lion in the chat room. Now, salute the King Lion, right? Much love to you, my brother, King Lion. King Lion said, one thing I know is this world hates you black people, and they gonna celebrate the death of this black man. Now check this out, brother. Nobody's celebrating the death of that black man. It's a tragedy he had to die. But I am celebrating the life of this hero man who saved his life. I am celebrating that act of that store clerk for thinking on his toes and coming out of there, him being alive. I'm going to tell you, I'm a black man. And the one who should have came out of this alive was that white man. He didn't do nothing to nobody. Man, getting up working every day. What you doing behind the counter? It could have been a black lady working in that store who he hired, and it could have been a black man assaulting a black lady, and she stabbed the black man. Everybody be thinking that, sister. Everybody be like, oh, Toya did the right thing, man. Get his bitch ass. But that white man can't defend his life, and I'm not going to let you niggas do that, because if you start saying that the white man can't defend his life, that's what America wants you to do, because they going to say, well, if the white man can't defend his life, can't nobody defend their life. All of y'all put the guns down, run away, no fighting, just flight, nigga. If white people can't do it, you can't do it. So fuck the race card on this one. Fuck that race card.
That statement. But the law is not the point. They don't need.
I want to bring it from this angle, bro, Sanchez. You know, it was simping. You know, if he hadn't listened to that woman, you feel what I'm saying? It came back and did what he did, he'd still be alive right now. She did the same thing Jada Pinkett did, bro. I mean, I'm just keeping it real. She ran to him crying, even though she was wrong. Your card got declined. He came back in there and did what he did. That's the reason he lost his life. Instead of questioning her, why did he take the snack back? You feel what I'm saying? If that man had been thinking right, it would have never happened. But you go ahead, bro.
Yeah, man. Hey, and salutes to Jerome Turner. He's a damn gun specialist. Let me drop the bomb. Yeah, that nigga there, JT, salutes, man. Thank you for joining on this one, bro.
Oh, yeah, I had to. This one was too good.
Oh, yeah. We're going to finish this real quick, y'all.
Need the law. They now have the unilateral authority to destroy your business, ruin your reputation, throw you in prison, prevent your family from hiring a lawyer to defend you, or get you out of jail. You saw that happen in St. Louis when another Soros-backed DA, this one called Kim Gardner, targeted the McCloskey family. Now, the McCloskeys were sitting having dinner outside their house, bothering nobody in St. Louis, when a mob out of nowhere came through the gate, broke the gate, stormed their property, and threatened them. So they went inside and got their legally retained firearms and displayed them. They didn't shoot anybody. It was their property. They held up their guns and said, get off our land, stop threatening us. What did the Soros-backed prosecutor do? Charge the McCloskeys with felonies.
And just think about that. You can't defend your property. Now, if you can't defend your property against a regular burglar, criminal, intruder, what make you think you can defend yourself against any fucking like law enforcement officer wrongly doing some shit, or like think
That's
about
right.
it. Right, police just
yeah. I was you know, I'm in St. Louis, and I remember when this happened. This got a lot of coverage, right? What didn't get a lot of coverage was the black, I think he was either an Amazon or a FedEx driver. He ran over like two people and killed them on the highway because they mobbed his truck. And he was in such a fear for his life because he didn't know what was going on, because, you know, people were literally blocking off the highways during that time. And they mobbed his truck. They was jumping on it, beating on it, and he just hit the gas and killed two people. And nothing, you know, it wasn't no outrage about it was black people killing black people, but it wasn't no outrage about that. You see what I mean?
Yeah. Only because, you know, whenever a white person kill a black person, even in self-defense, the race card kick in with our folks. We can't see clearly just because it's a white doing it to a black, even though the black was wrong. Just the symbolism, how we've been programmed with the slavery and shit like that. And that's unfortunate, bro.
I am disturbed by the events that occurred over this weekend. where there were peaceful protesters who were met with guns and a violent assault. Since learning of these events over this weekend, I've worked with the public and the police to investigate these tragic events. I will use every extent of Missouri law to hold individuals accountable.
Another Soros-backed prosecutor. Now you have to wonder, why would a Hungarian currency trader be interested in spending untold millions and millions and millions of dollars to invert our justice system?
Damn good question. See, hey, I don't watch the news all the time, but some of these stories right here, it's got a real agenda tied to it. I didn't even know who the fuck this lady was, bro. And just the amount of power that she got show why I say, yo, this shit do affect your life, bro. But let's listen to this shit. That's crazy. Let's take it back a little bit.
Threatening us.
I'm gonna stop pausing.
What did the Soros-backed prosecutor do? Charge the McCloskeys with felonies.
I am disturbed by the events that occurred over this weekend, where there were peaceful protesters who were met with guns and a violent assault. Since learning of these events over this weekend, I've worked with the public and the police to investigate these tragic events. I will use every extent of Missouri law to hold individuals accountable.
Another Soros-backed prosecutor. Now you have to wonder, why would a Hungarian currency trader be interested in spending untold millions and millions and millions of dollars to invert our justice system, to put the state on the side of the lawless, to put prosecutors on the side of the criminal against the law-abiding? What Soros' interest in doing that? It's clearly working, and what gives him the right to change our ancient justice system? No one in the media asked that question. Instead, they celebrated the DAs that he installed. Kim Gardner was celebrated by the news media. As CBS 60 Minutes reported gleefully, Gardner, quote, stopped locking up nonviolent offenders, dropped low-level drug cases, and ended cash bail. Right. What 60 Minutes didn't tell you is that under Gardner's tenure, the city recorded its highest per capita murder rate in over half a century. Many more people died. And not just in St. Louis, and not just in New York, and not just in Baltimore or Philadelphia, everywhere. Arlington, Virginia, experiencing a significant increase in violent crime this year. Why? A Soros-backed prosecutor called Parisa Degani Tofty has also prosecuted clear cases of self-defense. You can't defend yourself. The people who are favored by the regime can do whatever they want. You can do nothing to protect your life, your family, your property. Burglars broke into the Arlington smoke shop in March of 2020, middle of the night. A store employee who was sleeping in the store because there were so many break-ins shot at the robbers, as is his right, in fact, his duty, and he should be applauded for that. But no, he was prosecuted. We spoke to the store owner about what happened.
They broke into the store, 3 men with masks on. The neighbor upstairs said when they broke the window, it sounded like a car smashing into the store. Hamza, the employee, he said it sounded like a shotgun. And when he woke up, he said he just reached for the pistol and opened the door and shot 3 times to scare them. And one of them hit the suspect. And what happened after that, when the police came, we thought we're in the right. 3 masked men, 4:30 a.m. on a Sunday morning. How can we? So I was watching Hamza across the street with boxers on, with the tank top, in cold weather, 40 degrees, the cops treating us like we're the ones who caused the harm. Do you know what the police officers told him? Why didn't you run out the back door?
Hold on. Wait a minute. I want to rewind that part for y'all. Now, I want to let you know what was just said. So this dude here sleeping in the store because it's been robbed overnight so many times, so they had the employees sleeping in there. They came to rob that bitch, bust the window. He got up and shot at him, hit one of them, and the police said, why didn't you just run? And they prosecuted his ass. So that's what I'm telling y'all. As a property owner, you don't have the right to defend your property no more. And that's the first step of a tyrannical government. Right?
That's right.
Hey, real quick. Hey, bro, Sanchez.
Well, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say you on point because of like I rent out properties, and basically one of my tenants lied and told the cops that I threatened her with a gun so she can avoid eviction. They locked me up. I had a gun, but I never threatened her. She lied, and basically, I had to fight that case off. I beat it, but they was
That's
trying to
crazy.
they were trying to act like I was the common criminal, and I didn't have no criminal record. 50 plus years old with no criminal record, and
Man,
a vet, and a vet, and a property and business owner.
this is some
So this
straight up.
it's crazy,
Yeah.
man, and that's why I go hard the way I do, my brother. They trying to take away all our rights. You got it,
But they
brother.
doing it in a pseudo way. You see how they getting black people. It's something about our energy and agreements that allows a lot
Yeah,
of this
hey,
shit to go over.
you know what? It's because we will actually we the voice in America, man.
I
We the
promise you,
loudest. Yeah.
Sanchez. Yeah. So you know what I'm saying about once they can get us to agree, it become a whole thing. Like like I don't want to talk about the abortion thing, but it's like getting us to agree to it made it popular. You know what I'm saying? Before then, it was still like a taboo thing. Like, and even with this thing, they finna make it like you should run away. I'm starting to watch, just the energy of how children are raised and people are groomed, how they should feel towards guns and weapons and even fighting, period. It ain't even like bullying is considered a thing that's like a terroristic thing. When I was growing up, it was like that's just something you had to defeat in order to, like a rite of passage. So it's like everything is getting switched.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm gonna say it like this right here, man. Let me say this. Like, and I live in Atlanta, Georgia, man, and these little knuckleheads out here getting bad. They like shooting folks on the interstate. Like Buckhead. I don't know if y'all know about Buckhead, but it's a real popular. It's almost like Hollywood in LA. But they getting real bad, robbing people in Buckhead. The crime rate skyrocketing, and it's a lot of gun crimes going
Oh
on. You know what I'm
man.
saying?
But
Hey,
you want to
yeah.
know what?
Hey, you in the fucking
Hey,
trenches here.
JT, I lived in
Yeah, I'm
Atlanta
in the
for 10
trenches with
years.
him. I know exactly what he's talking about.
Yeah,
Buckhead,
and I
Georgia.
know
It's
what
about 60 miles from Atlanta. Go ahead, y'all got it.
Yeah.
I used to live in Buckhead, near Buckhead in Sandy Springs. And you know what I'm saying? I lived in Atlanta for a decade. That come from just the expansion of Atlanta growing into a city. Now they starting to see real city crime, shit that they ain't never seen before, because you got folks that's from you got Chicago GDs, New York, LA Crips and blood. It's not Atlanta people that's down there acting crazy. Basically.
No, it ain't. But they get ridiculous, man. And
It's a
basically,
city. It's a
man,
big city now.
yeah. They have big city crimes, man. And
Yeah, y'all got big
basically,
city crime now.
yeah, it's ridiculous.
Hey, listen,
man. I ain't gonna
Jerome,
lie.
it wasn't never
Yeah.
gonna be the same after BMF, brother. For real.
Yeah, they got the young slime life down here now. That's what's doing it. The Bloods, the young slime life with like Young Thug. He locked up down in the county and stuff. And yeah, man, they sneaking Dracos in the county for the man and all kinds of stuff, man. It's just like,
But you know what's crazy, man? These folks will send in a whole military to go bomb your ass just because they think that you messing with nuclear weapons. They don't know it, but they'll fucking bomb women and children. You can't even defend yourself on your own property. Tell me
yeah,
that ain't
man,
fucked up, bro.
Big facts, brother Sanchez. Big facts.
Like I say, I just lawyered up. I paid my little dues to this USCCA, this gun advocate group. And what they do is if you get an altercation with a gun, they provide a lawyer, and this lawyer's specialty is defending gun crimes or whatever, self-defense for you. And basically, I don't give a damn what they say. If motherfucker come in my house, he finna get his issue. Period. I mean, I know the law. I gotta catch him coming in, because if he leaving out, he ain't no longer a threat. That's the law. It's always been like that. If you shoot him in the back, you're going to jail. You know what I'm saying? But if you catch him coming in, hey, I felt like he was a threat to me, so I'd handle my business. But Yeah, man. All I can do is just pray and hope don't nobody never bring that my way. But you know, if it happened, it is what it is. We can
Hey,
deal with
man.
that prison shit later. I handle that.
Hey, you down there in zone 2, my nigga. So we already know. Hey.
Yeah, they bad down here, bro.
Hey,
They
I'm
ain't playing.
gonna play the last 5 minutes and we finna chop it up, man. Hey, thanks to Alpha Kush, man. He came through on the likes for real.
Across the street with boxers on, with the tank top in cold weather, 40 degrees, the cops treating us like we're the ones who caused the harm. Do you know what the police officers told him? Why didn't you run out the back door?
So at this very moment, the Biden administration is letting in millions, literally millions of illegal aliens, foreign nationals whose identities we can't actually know because they work hard, the American dream, the Statue of Liberty, give us your tired, huddled masses, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. But then when those immigrants come here and work in a bodega in Harlem or a smoke shop in Arlington, and they're faced with violent crime, this same party, the Democratic Party, punishes them for defending themselves. Whose side are they on exactly? Now, in the Arlington smoke shop case, that prosecution resulted ultimately in an acquittal, thank God. But what about the employee who was in prison? He spent months in jail. His life was destroyed. Again, the point of this is not just to hurt him, but to send a message to the rest of us. Whether you're in Arlington or Kenosha or St. Louis or New York City, you do not have the right to self-defense in the United States. This is national policy. Yeah. And Joe Biden has effectively articulated it. You might remember when he delivered his big anti-gun speech shortly after he took office, the one where he declared the Second Amendment.
Yeah, Biden is the one they put there to do the disarming. See, Trump came to go ahead and, I ain't going to talk about that because I just got a strike on my other channel talking about that. But anyway, and then Biden coming behind him to disarm your ass. And then the next president going to come to usher in the fucking next agenda and shit like that.
Isn't, quote, absolute. He'll decide what your rights are. Biden did not even mention self-defense a single time. And that's because Democrats don't believe it is a right. They've said.
What'd he say?
It's like two different bubbles.
Oh.
That as much. Here's Claire McCaskill, some kind of washed up.
Yeah, your mic kind of muffled. Okay, hold on a second. Let's play this. Hold on.
Biden did not even mention self-defense a single time. And that's because Democrats don't believe it is a right. They've said as much. Here's Claire McCaskill, some kind of washed up Democratic politician, one of the dumbest senators ever to serve in the body, from Missouri, explaining on MSNBC why people don't actually need ammunition to shoot at home invaders.
Let's talk about high-capacity magazines. Let's talk about zeroing in on the type of weapons and these magazines that are designed only for one thing, Joe. And you've talked about it over and over again. That's to kill people quickly. To kill people quickly.
Now, I want y'all to know something. What they about to talk about now is these, what they niggas got, switches, the stendo mags. Come on, y'all. What these little niggas be having. So they
drums.
Right, all that shit. Now they want to act like that's something new, as if the mafia didn't have Tommy guns and all that shit, right? So, but ain't nothing new that they want to make you scared. And now what they do, they allow the gangs to go out. How you think these little niggas ain't got no money, but they got hella guns and bullets and shit? So they make it easy for the wrong people to get the guns. Then when the wrong people get the guns, they say, look, the wrong people got the guns, and they start taking the guns from the right people. Did you hear me? They let the wrong people get the guns to create the scare because these little niggas ain't nothing but a small minority in America. and they scatter a whole nation with this small group of knuckleheads that they let thrive, and they promote the music, they promote the mindset, and give them the guns and the drugs. They, like we said, they drop it off, but we don't have to sell it. We don't have to use it on each other, but they give it to them. But they do it for a reason, because most of America are good people who ain't trying to fuck with nobody and hope nobody don't fuck with them. So if you got a world like that, then you really don't need a police for real. So if that's the case, if I'm the government and I need to know I need lawmakers and shit, I'm going to make sure I keep a certain amount of guns on the streets in the goons' hands to keep the people scared, because I don't need the people getting comfortable. All right, I need these people hearing a couple shots every night. I need the goons doing their thing, so that me, the governor, can come in, and it's confirming your need for authority and government, even though
making you more dependent.
Right, and so we ain't taking the guns from the ones we need to take the guns from. We're gonna use these niggas on demon time as an excuse to take guns from every working man and regular honest man.
Well, Sanchez, look at it. Look at what they're saying. They're not saying we need to shut down more illegal gun ownership. We need to shut down more operation of street sales. We need to crack down on how guns are getting stolen off of trains and shit. You see what I mean? Like a street nigga, to your point, is always gonna be able to get his hand on a gun. He not going and doing no paperwork or anything. So at the point where you could trace a gun back to a person, that's not a person 9 times out of 10 that's going out of their body to do something nefarious with it.
Salutes, man.
And the bottom line is, you're not going to stop a criminal from getting a gun no matter what kind of law you push. But the thing is, they need criminals with guns to do crime, because that's the majority of the income in the United States. So if ain't nobody doing no crime and it's all vainglorious, then ain't no money in that. So, but yeah, y'all go ahead.
I'm gonna finish this out. Salutes to the panel, man. We here today to cook for y'all.
Now, if you have a home intruder, you don't need to fire 70 rounds.
Now I want y'all to hear that. Doggone it, man. You know, people used to tell me the Democrats this, the Democrats that, and I'll say, man, both parties full of shit. I'm not gonna lie, man. I see why folks do say what they say about the Democrats and shit. They might be the scapegoat party, because did you hear that shit? Let me replay this, man.
Going in on the type of weapons and these magazines that are designed only for one thing, Joe, and you've talked about it over and over again. That's to kill people quickly. To kill people quickly.
Why would the fuck would you want to kill them slowly, dummy?
Now, if you have a home intruder, you don't need to fire 70 rounds.
How you know how many rounds I need to fire? Did y'all hear that? If you got a home intruder, you don't need to fire 7 rounds. Yo, what if it's an old ass lady who got the jitters in her hand and she just can't get, she ain't, aiming right. Took her 4-5 shots to hit him. But the bottom line is, you don't know how a situation gonna unfold during a home invasion. You may have to fire 100 rounds. You do not know what your enemy's showing up with. And these little niggas got some shit. They got some shit, buddy. Man, these little niggas, yo, you got gangs out here shooting it out with the police and goddamn it out firing their ass. Police ain't even got enough firepower for what these niggas got. And you know what? It's crazy because most of y'all know a nigga who will pop his trunk right now, and you know what I'm talking about. His shit look way more worse than the police car.
Yeah, I'm one of them niggas.
Right. See what I'm saying? So if everybody's strapped up and it's already up and it's stuck, because everybody now already got drums, extendos. You can't tell me to downsize my shit when it's up and it's stuck now. That's the standard now. Even the young dumb niggas got a big ass clip hanging out. So you ain't finna come telling me I can't match firepower. And I ain't stupid like the police. Yeah, because that's what happened in that California robbery when them niggas had the fucking body armor on and was dropping the LAPD ass. LAPD had to run up in a punch shop, y'all, to get guns. Sad. They had to go in the punch shop, nigga. And it was just 2 niggas. So, bro,
that was 2000.
Yeah, so you can't.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, man. You can't force me to be out gun just cause the dumbass police that y'all sitting out in the line of duty ain't complaining for more. Goddamn, because nigga, to this day the police can't match what's on the streets. And yeah, hey, I was never a street police. Nigga, I was a police in the military. Hey, nigga, you're not, think about it. You on the streets with a 9mm and these niggas got all kind of shit, Dracos and shit. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. That's a fucking suicide mission.
Yeah, we had M16s back then, Sanchez.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. Yo, man.
Claire McCaskill will decide how you defend yourself. You don't need 7. How many do we need, Claire McCaskill? Do you know anything at all about anything? Give us a list of the things you know. That would not include anything about firearms. So-called high-capacity magazines don't have 70 rounds. They don't even have half of 70 rounds. No one in the Democratic Party knows what a round is anyway. Here's Dick Durbin claiming that people are walking around with clips with multiple pieces of ammunition. Watch the...
This nigga here is funny, though. Clips!
Ignorance on display.
Still beyond any understanding that I can offer as to why in the world individuals have to purchase and own a gun that was made for military purposes.
Why do the military gotta own it? Because when it's wartime, and it ain't just war in the military, it's war in the streets too. That's a dumb motherfucking statement. That's a dumb statement. And this kind of folks right here dangerous, man, when it come to certain shit with you know, self-defense, bro. I don't dig it.
I put a clip on this that has multiple pieces of ammunition.
Yep, said what? Go ahead, y'all.
I was just saying the guns was originally for if another country invade, we become the damn army. You feel what I'm saying? We become the front line if something happened in the country gets invaded. See, that's what they forget. You feel me? And that's what the high capacity round magazines for. That's what all the ammunition for. You know, because I ain't gonna lie to you, I ain't got nothing less than 60 round clips for my y'all. You feel me? Every 60 rounds and better. You know, but you know, it's just they forget these things and like they don't think that it can happen, but it can.
Hey, look, I gotta disagree with you real quick. It's for local militias, like us being on for locals to create our own local militias against a tyrannic government, bro. That when a tyrannic government, that means it could be our government, and that's all right. So if the regime of our president, our government is corrupt and is trying to do like take our rights away, that's what the guns are for. Literally, it's in the Bill of Rights.
Well, let me ask you this. I understand that, but let me ask you this. What part of the government you gonna be shooting at? Like you going in there shoot a whole bunch of 70-year-old white men in the White House? I mean, what part of government are you talking about that you need weapons? Because we are the military. You feel what I'm saying? Even the people that's in the military are U.S. citizens. So they not supposed to operate on our grounds, and they not gonna fight us. You think they're gonna fight us?
Before you had the military, you had the militias. And the militias...
The militias is the army.
Right, and look, but I'm talking about militias can be me and you, JT, saying, look, man, you gonna start a thing to help our people defend themselves with guns. And everybody that train with us can join our little militia just in case anything go down. That's legal. We can do it. You know, it ain't illegal to have a militia, and it's actually a good thing to do. You know,
That's
but
right.
and,
That's
and,
right.
and so
But I want.
but the laws that allow for a militia is under attack right now because they changing the law to where you don't have the right to fight, you can only flight. And if you only have the right to flight, you can't have a militia no more because they all about fighting. Ain't no running with a militia. We forming it so we don't have to run.
That's
I got a
right.
question.
You best believe these militias got these guns too. And you know, I was part of a militia for a while, but I ended up leaving because you know, being around black folks, they got to hating because I was making money selling my guns, and look, I ain't getting into all that. But I
but that's
left.
the Bill of Rights.
But I understand that. But what I'm just saying, the militia's really against for defense against the foreign. And it's not,
bro. You gotta read.
Bro.
You gotta
I
read
mean,
the Second Amendment.
man, god damn, bro. Can I finish? So this is what I'm saying. The militias is really for against foreign. Now, when they say domestic, you got to look who is he talking about domestically. Who you gonna fight domestically? The government you just finna go in and murder a whole bunch of old senators and congressmen? You don't have to. When you defending yourself, your right against domestic, the tyrannical government, hell, we can just go in there in numbers and say, nah, it ain't going down like this. You feel what I'm saying? That's a no-brainer.
Yeah,
you ain't gotta go to war with them physically.
Yeah, I agree with that. All of that taking up arms and trying to go up in there like, you know, nah, we ain't on that right now.
What about the million of robots that they got for our asses?
Now that's
with the robot,
no,
and they gonna be out within the next 4
years.
years.
Yeah,
ain't gonna fuck with them.
Yeah, all I'm saying is like the Second Amendment. It does. It's broad, so you can say foreign, but it's more for domestic, for our tyrannical government. So you looking at it as us going like people going up to the what? No, that's okay. How they gonna take your rights away, bro? You think that if the only way they're gonna really be able to do it is forcefully?
They already been doing it though.
Yeah, they already have. But I'm saying that when it comes down to it, when like a proxy war, it's going to be physical. It's going to be kinetic. So
who you gonna fight against though, bro?
That's the government, bro. Okay, so check this out. Anybody in
who
this
the government? Ain't the
government?
But
Malachi, I think what they saying is that even though you might be right, into your point, this is why they trying to disarm us now. So when you say, well, wait a minute, brother. When you say who can take away your weapons, if you want to live in New York, bro, you can have a weapon, but it's gonna be illegally. And most people ain't willing to risk 10 years just for being caught with this thing, not even using it.
Hey, but you know what though? Here's the thing, right? And let me speak to what Bobby just said, because this is the conversation I want to have. I ain't trying to debate with nobody. I'm trying to have a round table. Salutes to everybody on the panel, especially the OG Leo. Now check this out, guys. To what Bobby's saying, the average working man and working woman have a gun collection in their house that they never use. And they just waiting on a motherfucker to kick their dough in. Now check this out. The folks that they want to scare us with are little niggas that don't mind going out there every day strapped up and shoot that bitch, and they'll go do 10 years and wouldn't give a fuck for the gang, right? So to what Bob is saying, yeah, they got these high fucking standards and gun laws in certain places. But for the average working man, it don't apply to us, right? That right there is for the the gangs, MS-13, all of these folks, you know, that's on the mafia element. But check how deep it go, right? They will take away the average homeowner's guns. In other words, what they're trying to do, they're trying to go in your homes and take your fucking guns out of your houses versus dismantling and disarming the gangs. Now check this out. All of this that they tripping about is mostly gang violence and shit like that, right? Drug violence, you know. The average working man ain't riding down the block with a chopper shooting up the whole fucking street because it's my ops block. But they will make the case from a gang case to take a working man's gun. Now they giving these gangs and shit the weapons to terrorize the streets with, and they want to take away the homeowners and honest man gun. That's my thing with it. I see what they doing. Cause they know, right? One thing they know about these gangs and all that, they train these niggas. They know that these gangs gonna put them guns down when the police show up. They know that all of them goons that's terrorizing the hood gonna comply with the police and sit their ass down and go to jail. But they know that homeowner, if under a tyrannical government, all of these homeowners and honest family working men ain't gonna let their government just oppress them and their families. And if the time came, the average honest man will rise up and revolt against a tyrannical government. They wanna disarm your ass before that happen, because they about to get tyrannical. But before they can show their true colors, they got to go at our guns, y'all. They got to go at our guns.
But wait a minute, because my daughter shot somebody 2 years ago. They've had her gun for the last 2 years. They're unleashing her gun. She beat the case, and they're unleashing her gun Monday. So she gets her gun back, and we're in the state of Michigan, and she's a black woman. She's a black girl, so
That's
it's
a
like,
Republican state, though, sis.
oh, okay, is that why?
Let me ask y'all something real quick.
I just want to give her.
I don't want the mic.
Go ahead, Sanchez.
I don't want the mic. I got an honest question. I don't know this shit. Are we saying today that Brother Sanchez was once again wrong, and that the Democrats are the ones trying to take our guns, but the Republicans ain't?
Right.
Yes. That's right. Yeah. That's how it always 100%. Been. The Republicans always been the ones for
and I got the proof because my baby's getting her shit back Monday. So
Sanchez.
Both parties are working together.
Hey, let me say this 1 second. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna say this 1 second, right quick, bro, and I get it to you. If you notice, all the southern states, the gun laws are more eased than the southern states because all the southern states Republican states. But you got New York and all the cities that's up north, they're more tight on gun laws because those are Democratic states. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's why they say if you want a gun, you come down south to a gun show. Hell, you can walk in a gun show and buy anything you want. You know what I'm saying? And they have them every weekend down here. I go to them.
I'm from Texas, man. We shot. It's
another distraction.
See, look, hey, Bobby, this what it is. Wait, Bobby, let me say something to you.
Okay.
You brought up New York, and see, like I'm in tune with everything.
Right.
So the day after they did the abortion, ruling, Supreme Court did a ruling on the child issue for New York. It was a whole lawsuit. I forgot what it's called, something be something, but the New York citizens. They have to meet the government of New York have to issue have to imply child issue now. Like they were making excuses for everything and they wasn't giving people their guns legally. But now they shall issue. They have to. It was a ruling right after the day after the abortion.
Oh, so they just overturned the law in New York.
Yes, because
you can legally own a gun in New York.
Yes, they shall issue. They was making a whole lot of excuses, but New York can.
Okay, now listen to me, Malachi.
Indiana too. Indiana
is that's a Republican or Democrat?
That's Republican. You can
carry now listen
guns without a permit.
I'm from Chicago, Illinois is the Democratic state. I live in St. Louis. This is a Republican state. You can get guns in both states, but it's the process. In Illinois, to get a gun, the process you got to go through with paperwork and sending this off and doing this and doing that, it's a whole fucking trust me, bro. And then you got to register with the state. That's just to get the gun. That ain't even to carry it on yourself outside the house. You got to go through another process for that. In Missouri and Republican states, the only thing you need to have a gun is a valid ID, not even a driver's license.
That's right.
Valid identification.
You absolutely right, bro.
Yeah, let me ask y'all something before I hit play. How do you feel from a person on the screen here? This dude he's in a position of power apparently, or some sort of influence. He's a Democrat. How do you feel when you hear him say It don't take that many shots to defend your family. It don't take no 7 shots. Now they make clips.
Yeah, I know.
That's crazy.
Now when you
Yeah,
buy,
I know about guns.
yeah, but now here's Jerome. Jerome, you could tell us now. The average gun clip that you buy shoot well over 7 times. I know mine do. So what you mean? I don't supposed to have? Yeah.
That's right. It just depends on the type of gun you get. Because if you get a small pistol, you know, they hold 5 to 7 maybe. But if you get anything full size, it's holding 17, 16, 17, a regular gun.
And
you
why?
know,
What,
so
why
I mean,
and if I'm gonna pay for it, and the time come, that's like, come on. I just don't get how you can say that shit on. Y'all want to roast that before I hit play, man?
Yeah, but see, the thing is, I want to say one thing before you push play. See, look, the reason why the clip size has to be like big, you got to have a lot of clip size because majority of everybody, when I say everybody, I don't care about how hard you is, because your adrenaline, because of the situation, most everybody don't have good aim when they shoot them, especially in a situation where it's dangerous. So you got to shoot. You got
that's untrained people.
Hey, Narco corrected me. He said 70, not 70. Okay, 70. Now I actually agree with him on that now. Nigga, if you shot 70 shots, you don't need a gun. You flicked it then a bitch. Yeah, but see, that's even though he said that, and I agree with the 70, it's still trying to bring forth the narrative against our guns. So I'm still ain't fucking
70
with it.
shots is still. Listen, I seen a little lady in Atlanta. It's 4 people home invaded her. You see what I mean? If you holding a AR-15 with a 100-round clip, I can see you easily getting 70 shots off at 4 people. You see what I'm saying?
Bro,
so that's why I be short to not set the precedent, because then it's like, okay, 70, 50 shots. Then if I shoot 51 shots, I'm over with.
Hey, watch this though. Watch this. Here go the sad part. Back in the day when the mob was going around with drums and Tommy guns, terrorizing the streets, shooting up. Remember now, the mob and mafia invented the drive-by. These young black gangs ain't invent that shit. So now check this out, right? When the mob was going around terrorizing their own community, these folks was saying the same thing. We got to get rid of the Tommy gun. We got to get rid of these big drums. But they never got rid of the mob's guns. They got rid of the working man and working woman gun. And that's how the mob was able to exploit the community. They disarmed the honest people. Right. And the mob now is the gangs got more damn guns than the average working man because of this red tape, the way they setting shit up. And that's how the mob was able to tell a store owner, listen, you got a little 9mm behind your desk, but me and my gang got all kind of shit. And we can shoot this bitch up every day if you don't want to give us a cut. And the police can't do nothing about it because we run the prisons. We got people on the police staff. And we got, come on, man, folks just had to submit to the mob.
They know that, right? They know that if they go out there trying to get them little young boys gun, they going to have to literally go to war. They're going to have to go to war with them young boys, man. And the like you said earlier, the police ain't got nothing like them young boys.
They won't have to go to war with them young niggas. Jerome, listen to me. Listen to me, Jerome. Them young niggas got all the heart in the world, but none of the strategy to play chess. They straight playing checkers. You catching them 10, 20 in the bunch before them niggas even get a chance to pull out. You just busting in the door and filling up the Jolly Rancher bag with all the goodies in the house, because them niggas sitting around playing PlayStation and ain't watching the perimeter. You see what I'm saying? It's not a problem to the overall society yet, to where they got a lockdown on it yet. It's kept somewhere centralized in all these communities that's only affecting a certain amount of people, right? Where they could just use it for talking points, but not actually living points. They ain't living this shit. They could just use it to move the energy of the people.
Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all some shit that I've been holding back on, and I'm about to come out the closet right now. Guess what, nigga? I got to say it on cap and put my life on the line. I think the mob and the government was working together to scatter people and keep them in a military police state. Because you see that the mob is most of the politicians today, and most of your mayors and shit, and they own Vegas, they own most of these cities. They was always the same people. They got people in the criminal side and the fucking justice side, and that's how they control both sides. Just like today, the higher ups in all of these young street gangs and shit be dealing with the police and feds and shit. And listen, they decide which little niggas we probably gonna give up every year and which ones we ain't. I'm telling you, some niggas get busted, some don't. And I think that they decide, ain't nothing random. See, we think shit random, but I think that every gang is infiltrated. You just don't know who the police in your shit. And often you need to look up in the powers, not down on no foot soldier level. I think that the feds control the whole criminal element out there today. And it's so easy to do, bro. I can sit here today and show you how you only need the most influential goon from every city. All I need if I want to control this shit is the most influential goon from each little block and section. And now I don't need to deal with the people that's living on the streets and all that. I can have my goons controlling the people in a tyrannical way that I can't do. But just so happen, I won't be able to stop the tyranny in these communities, meaning I'm the government, right? And I can find bin Laden. I can create drones, immortality, mind uploading, but I can't stop them gangs and them boys on demon time. I can't stop the mind, the corrupted mind of these people in these inner cities and shit, right? That's on purpose. And that's why I said they working all together, because if they can stop it just by changing the lyrics. They can make a law right now banning certain lyrics. Because right now, look, if I was a rapper, I can't rap about killing the police, but I can rap about killing another motherfucker that look like me. So why don't they ban both of them?
Hey, can I say something right there? That I want to piggyback.
On Georgia, bro, Sanchez. Let me
piggyback with you. Well, okay, this is what I'm gonna say about that. The CIA. Everybody know that the CIA work with the cartels, right? So who you think moving the cartels dope? You feel what I'm saying? It's them little gangs, them same knuckleheads you talking about.
Man, facts. Look here. Rayford Edmond. Hey, what was his name? The real Rick Ross came out, said he was getting his shit from the CIA. Let's go. Yeah, go ahead.
That's right. So you gotta look, they gonna do that. And the ones who don't comply, I'm gonna tell you, 90%, and you can look this up, 90% of the drug dealers who get busted in the United States of America get busted on tax evasion. Not for selling drugs, but for evading paying tax.
Man, look here, that's facts. And then Frank Lucas was getting his shit from the military, man. Let's go.
That's right. So you got to look at how it all works. Of course, if you follow it, you can see how they all in cahoots with the government, because that's how they get a lot of their unsolicited money, the money that ain't on the books, where they can have all the black programs and all the stuff that's off the books. That's how they get that money.
Yeah, they got to control both sides.
That's right.
JFK's JFK family was in the mafia. He has a mafia family. And he was
Can I say something right quick?
They were trying to keep that shit down to kill the messenger. One of them reported that and put that shit on the line.
Hey, KO.
That nigga suffered because of that, man. So we gotta be giving thank you to that.
Hey, KO.
We can't know shit like this.
Hey, KO might sound bad today. And it's crackly, yeah.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, can I say something right quick?
Hey, salutes to you, Big Dread. We can hear you. You take the mic right out to the queen. Go ahead, you got it.
All right.
Thanks for joining.
Yeah, so what you were saying, bro, is correct, because they are taking guns away from the working family and everything, so they can have these thugs and mobs control everything on the street. And, you know, also that goes on in Mexico too. If you notice, they don't have guns in Mexico, like the citizens and everything. They're not allowed to own it, but the cartel is running everything.
Yes, facts. Big facts. Yep.
They do it over in Mexico too. So it's not only our government, I think this is like in a lot of governments that this happens where
it may be the majority of governments, but just some is clearly visible and some it ain't so visible.
Exactly. That is true.
You know, it's
that
like
is
that
so
in
true.
England and Japan too. The officers over there ain't even allowed to carry weapons. I think only the military force allowed to have weapons.
Yeah, that is true. That is correct. Yeah.
And what if everybody was thinking how we thinking right now, y'all? Like most of, you know what I'm saying? But let me oh no, go ahead, Dreads, you got it, and then I'm gonna end the video.
Yeah. Mic check, can y'all hear me? I'm coming in clear.
Yeah, I'm not gonna end the stream. I'm gonna play the rest of the video, guys. Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think you're right when you said that the government is the, you know what I'm saying, or in cahoots with the gangs and stuff, or I think it's not. I don't even think they're working with the mob. I think the mob is the government. I think they're one and the same. If you remember back in the days, you know, I talk about this a lot. A lot of times, especially back when the mob really became very, you know, well known. A mob, anytime you hear a mobster, or even what we know about the mobster, when they raise their children, you know what they tell their kids, right? No, you're going to be in politics. No, you're going to be an accountant. You're not going to do what we do. They set this plan out a long time ago to make sure that they become the government, so they don't have to worry about the government. If you control the government or you are the government, you don't never have to worry about them, because that was the only people that they had a problem with. So they became them. Look at a lot of the government, like Rudy Giuliani. Don't that sound like a mobster name? Like, come on, dog. We have to wake up. They're not working together.
Giuliani,
They are one and are one and the same. They are your government. Just like Bro Sanchez gave an example earlier, right? He said that, and this is facts. They used to go to people, like regular people, they stores, and what they do, they tax them, right? Oh, you want protection? You gonna have to give us a cut. Either that or we'll burn this bitch down. We got something right now called taxes. They even implemented the mob ways to the regular people, but they do it on the name of it is legal. Insurance companies, the same thing. They tax the shit out you. They implemented everything that they used to do, put the word legal in front of it, and now we just follow suit. We just do it like we became accustomed to the shit.
Hey, listen, man, this ain't nothing but facts. I want you to finish. I just want to interject the prohibition shit. They was saying beer was illegal. But that's how I know that the mob infiltrated the government, because then they started now beer just legal. It's in all. So that let us know they people must have got in government some way and changed that shit, because the government don't own these beer companies. The mob still do. So they won that war against prohibition, even though history got us thinking that the mob lost. But yeah, you cooking, man. Go ahead.
And the thing, and this whole idea that they're taking our rights, we don't have rights. It's an illusion. The same way with the mob, when they come into the mob, step to your business and say, nigga, we gonna either you gonna pay us or we burning it down. What rights do you have? You have none. So when you really think about it, think about all the rights that we supposed to have and name one of them that they have not broken. They have broken all of them. So what right really protects your ass? None of them. But
look at this. But look at this. Who is the Queen of England who send those so-called thugs and mobsters over here to build this country? So what do we expect? If you know the history of it.
We're gonna actually go. Hey, we're gonna go into the history of it. We definitely will do that. You could give me the mic
if you know the history, Yeah, if you know the history of it, it's the Queen of England who sent them over here to wipe out the indigenous people of the land. And it was people who was already thugs over in England.
Okay. And I think were the Fighting Irish one of those groups? I'm just a sidebar here. I was just asking.
But you're right though about that PLO army.
Yeah, that's interesting though. About going all the way back to the Queen of England.
Oh yeah. It's her. She sent it was nothing but because she was trying to get rid of them out of the country. So she gave them a job to do in another country. And that's get rid of the indigenous people and take over the land. So it's just it's what we can expect. It's just thugs running the corporation.
Hey guys, we got one more minute of the video, and then we're gonna go back to the.
Can you hear me all right?
You sound a little better. Let me get another. All right, let's do this.
World individuals have to purchase and own a gun that was made for military purposes. And put a clip on this that has multiple pieces of ammunition that can be shot at an individual.
They haven't learned, they've been talking about guns for 50 years. They haven't learned a single thing about guns. Why? Because they don't care about guns. Because it's not actually about guns. It's about power. They make the society far more dangerous than it was 3 years ago. They make it far more chaotic than it has ever been in its history. It's their voters doing this. And then they tell you there's nothing you can do about it. You can't even defend your own life or the life of your family. That's what they're saying. That's not.
That's pretty much it for that, man. We're gonna go ahead and chop it up, man, and then we'll move to the other topic, which is the Hoodvlogs, and this all tie in together some way, I'm sure. But yeah, we got to talk about this. We got the Hoodvlogs and shit, and I don't want to knock nobody hustle or nothing. I ain't gonna be doing that. I just want to say some real shit about a couple things on that. But yeah, let's talk about the fact that we can no longer fight back. I agree with Tucker Carlson. Anybody else want to say anything about that before we move on? Go ahead, take your time.
Yeah, I just want to say this. I'm gonna say it real quick. You know, and we both veterans. If I can fight for this country, then I can fight for my life. Nobody ain't taking no gun from me, and I land right there.
Ooh, shit, bomb. God damn, that was powerful. Yo, OG came in with the ICBM, boom, and fucking bad. Let me show you something, right? OG will step in.
Much love, my brother. You already know.
Hell yeah, that was it right there, dude. Yeah, I mean, hey, can't do nothing better than that. I'm gonna keep the mic moving.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
and real quick,
yeah,
bro, I'm gonna say this for even for the citizens or the regular people, they should feel just like we do. Y'all got it, brother. That's all.
Yeah, they should.
Yeah, I was gonna
Go
I
ahead.
don't know what he's saying. Yeah, man. Yeah, we got a government full of crooked people, man, and basically my boss, all you gotta do is think about the Hillary Clinton family, the Clinton family, bro. Like I'm talking about every person that had majority of every person that came, I guess, ended up dead. Some reason, some way, some form, fashion, just ended up dead. So yeah, they all this stuff is tied together. But I live in Texas. Texas will secede before we give up our guns.
Hey, let me say something though. I understand and salutes to Texas because you're right about that. Texas always have pushback, but where we had it now, Texas is all gonna everybody in about it. I think this part of the whole New World Order agenda. I wouldn't be surprised if what's going on in America happening everywhere where there's any kind of democracy or rights system similar to our shit. They dismantling them systems right now.
That's true. It's not only happening here; it's happening all
You
over.
better LGBTQ to community to do it. AK, your mic ain't fit for convo today, and I ain't even picking on you. I think the panel will agree. You got some tech issues going, but yeah, you gotta get that straight. Yeah, we're gonna have to gonna have to troubleshoot you backstage after the call or something and get you right for the next one, man.
Yeah, but see, Texas got secession built inside our Constitution. So we're one of the few states it's built in our Constitution. We can succeed from the Union.
Yeah, they rewriting the whole Constitution right now is what I'm saying. The Constitution becoming more and more irrelevant.
All right, can I say, what up, Sanchez? Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, for sure. Salutes, my
Oh, shout out to you, Sanchez, and the brothers and the sisters on the panel in the chat, man. I just want to say, if they worried about gun control, I haven't seen them shut down one gun factory yet. So my thing here, I think it's just a bunch of hogwash, man, when they come out gun control, because they ain't shut down that one gun manufacturing system. Pawn shops still selling guns. Walmart still selling guns. So I mean, I think it's something. Yep. It's something.
You know what? It ain't gun control. It's you defending your self-control.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But can they really get rid of the Constitution? Because the Constitution been here before they even landed here. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
Yep.
The only thing they could do is add on to the Constitution, but they can't get rid of the roots.
You know what?
But
they
that
can
go
they,
to the
you
energy.
know what?
Oh, go ahead, Sanchez.
No, just one thing to that. They can undermine it with our ignorance.
There you go.
Exactly.
Because it's all about what's agreed upon, sis. So that goes to the point I was making earlier about
because none of us are standing on our square.
There you go, sis. Us as the black people, to Sanchez's point, we'd allow his voice. So once they can get us to agree to these things, that's when they could push the energy on to the people, and it won't be no pushback against it.
That's right. That's right.
Man, listen, man. They can do all that talking. They can get everybody to agree, all the black folks agree they won't. But I'm telling you, they gonna have to go on up in the militias, all these white militias, especially these white militias. They ain't hearing none of that.
It don't apply to them, but this the call thing.
It don't apply to them, man. Goddamn it, right.
This apply to the working man.
But hold up, Bobby.
Working
Let's go into why it don't apply to them and why it applies to them.
Because they go get their guns anyway. They go subvert the law. The law. Listen. For certain groups of people, we already established whether the government say you can have a gun or not, you gonna find a way to get a gun. For the average person that they trying to keep the gun out of your hands, if you want to go to a job and then keep a gun in your house, they gonna make it to where no matter what paperwork or whatever, you can't have it.
Let me say something that y'all need to think about. They're scaring us with the MS-13s and the Crips, the Blood, with the Stendos and all that. But if you look at the news stories that I just played, what they're showing you is store owners defending themselves, homeowners. Why ain't they got, think about it, if it was a big gun control thing, y'all don't see a lot of fucking drive-bys that happen in the hood on TV. You don't see, guess what they showing you when they bring up gun control? Either some staged event with some lunatic or a fucking homeowner, a store owner. It make you like, wait a minute. And the thing is, like the dude was saying, you don't need that many shots to defend your house, right? Whether he said 7 or 70 ain't my issue. My issue is, why are you talking to me about defending my house? When if we talking about gun control, we need to be talking about the goons and the gremlins and the gangsters. Why are you talking about home defenders anyway? Shouldn't even be that shouldn't even come. Bro, what are you talking about? You talking about how many shots a homeowner uses to defend his house when it's liberated niggas with choppers shooting up the block over 100 shots and they telling you that on the song.
That's proof right there that the Constitution don't apply to us. when the alleged forefathers created the Constitution, they created the Constitution to protect them. The Constitution was never meant for the average person in this country. And now they got us bamboozled to try to defend or uphold something that have not fucking uphold this end of the goddamn bargain. When did the Constitution ever play the role in protecting any regular person? We shouldn't even be, like Bro Sanchez said, we shouldn't even be having this conversation, because if the Constitution was for us, that man wouldn't have went to jail. So what Constitution should we be upholding? Well, why is we fighting for this goddamn Constitution to keep them in power?
I agree with you, but it ain't even about fighting for the Constitution. It's about them setting up points of energy to get everybody to agree upon. So whether if it's the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, they able to shift the energy. To your point, we shouldn't even be fighting for this shit in the first place if we all had some type of identification to the self. That way we knew how to move individually and collectively. They know how to shift the energy of a whole mass group of motherfuckers. You see what I'm saying? That's why they can get the results. They ain't got to get everybody to agree. They just got to get a majority to agree.
But the thing is, the Constitution. The thing is, the Constitution was already put here by the indigenous people. All they doing is adding to the Constitution. The reason why they're getting away with the things they're getting away with is because our people are not going into court and standing on a square.
Yeah, that go to identification, sis. So that to Dre's point, it don't apply because the indigenous people that is talking about in the Constitution, they saying it ain't us, and we saying it ain't us. You see what I'm saying? So it's like we getting 3/5 of a human rights.
Yeah, well, we gotta differ the difference between the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. So my thing is, they're going to do this slowly. They can't do it fast, because if they do it fast, they're going to have civil strife. They're going to have civil war. You know what I'm saying? And everything is leading to, feel like it's leading to civil war, because you got like 27 states that disagree with the other 20-something states about the future of this country. That's why I feel like probably in the next 10 years, I think this country is going to be split.
Yeah, so, hey guys, now that I have a point to interject right here, we're continuing our gun control conversation, but I'm going to introduce another element into the conversation. I know a lot of people came here for the main title of the video. I started with the second part first, so let's hop to that. I need everybody to mute up for a minute, and I'm finna and listen. Anything you got to say about the gun control shit, and also with what I'm about to bring up now, write it down, because we really want you to remember your fire thoughts. Right, that's a good practice. Now check this out, yo. This guy right here is named Miko Worldwide. Now I've been subscribed to Miko Worldwide for a while, and I know you like, bro, what the hell has this got to do with anything? Hear me out for a minute, right? There's a whole community of what we call hood vloggers. And these are young men that visit the hood and interview the gangs. They interview your OGs, your dope dealers. Hey man, one thing about Miko Worldwide, what I like about him is he's literally worldwide. He's out there. So much so, guess what, yo? Miko even visited my hometown. Look, he went right here to Birmingham, Bessemer, Alabama. And I said, damn, that nigga really is worldwide. He went to Bessemer, nigga. That's in the top 10 worst cities in America a couple of years. And he didn't go to the rough part, but salutes to him. But the thing is this, what I want to bring up about Miko, right? Okay. Okay, hold on a second, y'all. Let me do something real quick. Hold on a second. Hold on. So Miko Worldwide, I don't know if y'all sub to him. I watch these little hood vlogs and shit, right? And what I notice is like Vlad TV on another level. Cause Vlad will get niggas to convict theyself in an interview. He's a investigator, street investigator. He even say that. Now he'll get you to say some shit in an interview that'll get your ass indicted. But it ain't his fault. I'm gonna give Vlad a pass. I ain't like, but check this out. This new thing about hood vlogging is deeper than Vlad, because they go into your hood and everything that you said in an interview, you can walk them through there to confirm it. So in a lot of these hood vlogs, what you will see, niggas will be like, yeah, man, this where we get put on at. This where we used to trap at out of this house for that happened. Then we move, and this where, and sometime I be like, bro, I know the police is subbed to all the hood vlog channels. I know the police subbed to all the hood vlog channels. But along with that, right, here's what happened, right? So they supposedly banned Miko worldwide from New York. His last stream was right here with Young M.A. and China Mac, where he was in Brooklyn. I watched this one. And later on, China Mac came out saying, you know what? Miko can't come back to Brooklyn. And this the part what I wanted to touch on right here. That banning people from a city and checking in. It's so much stuff I want to talk to y'all about in addition with the gun control shit. But check this out.
I heard he is a pedophile.
Yeah,
he's
so,
a registered pedophile.
Yeah, I can go into that, and you're right. I mean, it says, I don't know exactly what his charges is, right? But allegedly, that's what it is. And we can go back here. I got the screen shares where that's supposed to be true. But look, I'm going to defend Miko today. You know why I'm going to defend Miko? Because I think he's a honest, hard-working young black man, in my opinion. And I think that what the New York niggas is doing is typical hoe shit that New York niggas be doing. And what I like about Jim Jones and Mano, they didn't do that. Now, salutes to Jim Jones and Mano, salutes to Bushwick housing projects. They didn't turn around and talk about the man later. What I'm saying is China Mac and them making they shit look bad because y'all trying to counsel that man. I don't give a fuck what his past was. Y'all wanted the interview from the man, and what he did in his past, that's up to him and the law. You can't ban nobody from nowhere or come out trying to counsel them and then like that after the fact, because you got the clout, and that's your fault that you didn't do the research first. And my thing is, if you wearing New Era hats, how you know the owner of New Era ain't a pedophile? How you know the Newport you smoking, they owner ain't a pedophile? I don't know if Miko is a pedophile or not. All I know is he's a positive young man. He go to these hoods and he don't promote the fuckery. He try to promote the, the good energy and shit. Not unlike a lot of these other vlogs. But check this out. It's hypocritical if you say we're gonna cancel Miko because he was a pedophile, and you living right next to the Nuwapians. Africa Bombada still around, y'all. Come on, let's go down the line with the pedophiles now, guys, in New York. Plenty. Malachi,
hey, that's
you
real
didn't do
shit.
Yeah.
Alpha was alive beating niggas up. And he was
but
just
the
making
thing
all
is
types
this,
of shit.
New York, this ain't nothing against New York, but Sanchez right. They always want to talk about somebody, but they got a history of keeping they niggas protected away from pedophilia, rape, all type of goofy shit.
That's what I'm saying.
And it's ingrained in the politics from Anthony Weiner to all of them.
What's the dude up there that just got convicted? Me myself.
That's crazy.
The politician, the mayor or something.
Yeah, yo.
And his brother.
It's everywhere up there. It's everywhere up there.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, well, you know, the politics, all of them is into human trafficking and all of that stuff. But I'm not saying to disown him because of what he done in his past. Maybe it's a lie, but I'm not down. I'm not down with pedophiles at all. Like people hurting children.
No. Yeah,
Hey, listen, but listen, let me tell y'all something real quick. We don't know the situation though. Think about it,
that's
man.
true.
That's a
fact. That's like with the Bill Cosby shit. I stopped speaking on it because I had a lot of women coming at me and they was kept thinking I'm on some misogyny shit. But I'm like, look, man, during Bill Cosby time, it was cool to slip women Quaaludes, and women wanted to be slipped them. And women was like, you're disgusting, bro Sanchez. Motherfuckers like, wow, bro Sanchez, you conduct. I'm like, man, you can't think about what I'm saying. During his
That was the
fucking
culture, baby.
yeah.
They was selling that motherfucking what's that shit? Spanish fly. They were selling that shit in the fucking quarter machine.
And I just had to stop talking about it because it's going to make you look like a pedophile. And I'm like, it's going to make you look like you're a rapist or on some creepy shit. But I'm like, bro, Bill Cosby didn't have to be on no creepy shit. And so, but just to get back on topic with Miko, the man apparently been successful and shit. And it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know all the circumstance. I just think the way they tried to cancel him, and I can show you China Mac video and shit, right?
Yeah, we got to do that.
Right. Let's do that.
Because honestly, I'm subscribed. To, and I literally was just watching the new China Mac and Young MA video earlier today, right? And I was like, that's cool. He's stepping his game up, celebrity. And I watched the Jim Jones and Mano Jones when he was behind the scenes. But this is all news to me. Did not know any of these
Mac is a
allegations.
wild dude for this one.
Yo, but China Mac looked like he about that. He from LA. Yeah, I want to touch
He
down.
from New York. China Mac from New York.
Oh, okay. Well, that's mob. That's mob energy. Most of it's mob energy. Little baby extortionists. But that checking in is, hey, come on, never that.
Yeah, man. And we gotta talk about checking in a minute. Because I like what Charleston White said. Charleston White said, yeah, make motherfucking Britney Spears check in. Make, you know what I'm saying? Make Justin Timberlake check
that motherfucker's
in.
going
make the Beatles check in. Exactly.
You know how big New York is, man? Niggas sound silly talking about checking in, man. So many parts of New York. Maybe they talking about certain borough.
Britney's big on the boys.
But that's look what Madon said, right? And that's facts, right? Hey, was that K Gomez? If that was him, your mic straight now. But Madon, check this out, right? You said some shit, right? You only gotta check in if you want the clout from that element. Like
exactly.
Right. And that's why I said if you building your channel interviewing OGs, think about Vlad TV, right? If Vlad TV want to go to Brooklyn to interview somebody, he got to check in. There's no fucking doubt about it. Cause why? You making money off of street nigga stories. And it ain't nothing to you but a business. But to them people in them hoods, that's their life that they willing to kill about. And so to people like that, like even these hood vloggers, they got to check in, man. Why? Because you said that you was a hood vlogger. And no matter what kind of way you put hood in front of yourself, you got to check in. If I say I'm a street flat earther, I'm a hood flat earther, I got to check in. Fuck that. I'm just a flat earther, man. See, when you want all them titles and you want to go into that element, you got to check in with the hood now. You doing hood vlogs? Who you checked in with? Oh, well, your shit ain't official then because the real nigga from the hood ain't approve it. You got to check in. You saying you doing a hood vlog. See where I'm going with this, y'all?
Yeah.
No doubt.
Certain things are attached to certain terms. Certain energies come along with those things. So, yep. Like claiming to be a savage. Hey, it's all right. Yep. But savage.
Hey, y'all remember they had them the disciples was after Rick Ross a couple years ago because he was saying he was a boss, and he had to go sit down and talk to the head of the gang. And I don't know what happened, whether he agreed to pay him some amount of money, but they left him alone.
You talking about the situation in Detroit?
I don't know where the gangs were from. Just know they was coming at Rick Ross because he was saying he was a boss.
My question is this to y'all on some real smoke shit. And I'm not taking up for pedophiles. I can't call Miko a pedophile, but this is what I want to address with the round table. Is it hypocritical for New York the guys to keep calling out pedophiles while living amongst them and fucking celebrating
Absolutely.
them and all
Hey,
that?
you know what?
everything.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm finna give you one point right here and I'm done. Everybody quick to say, fuck R. Kelly, burn R. Kelly music. He was married to Aaliyah at 15. Jay-Z started fucking with Beyonce at 16 and he was 28 too. Ain't nobody ever called him a pedophile.
Hey, Damon Dash was fucking with Aaliyah before R. Kelly. Hold on. Damon Dash was fucking with Aaliyah before R. Kelly now.
No, Damon Dash fucked with Aaliyah 2 years after R. Kelly. So that will make her 17. She probably was turning 18. Who knows?
But that's what I'm saying. A lot of New York niggas glorify JC too. I bet JC that's Beyonce's not the first little girl he was with either. You feel me?
No, Foxy Brown was the first young girl he was with.
I was about to say,
Foxy Brown was 15. That's what I was just trying to say.
Foxy Brown was 15 when Jay-Z was messing with her.
Have anybody ever called Jay-Z a pedophile?
Don't forget about the interview.
Have anybody ever called Russell Simmons a pedophile for messing with Kamora Lee Simmons at a young age?
Nope. They grooming them, man. Timberland just did an interview and he said that he fell in love with Aaliyah when he first met her. And we already know she was a minor, dog. And love with her.
Hey,
don't they look like these type of dudes, though?
Elvis Presley was married to Priscilla Presley at 15, bro.
No, we ain't going there. We're gonna stick on the New York.
That was his cousin. Don't forget, that was Elvis' cousin too.
Now we know. Now we know Jeffrey. Hold on. Now we know Jeffrey Epstein used to be in New York a lot. Don't you think that motherfucker tap in with him too? Come on.
You know
man.
it. Hey, listen. If you go back and look at the old Playboy issues, they got shots of girls 15 years old in the Playboy magazines, bro.
Used to make them look grown. Those children in those Playboy magazines, bro. Real talk. Real talk.
But I think the thing about it, the public be the last to know this type of information. A lot of times when these guys are involved with a lot of young women, I think the public be the last to know until they like hit the fan. And I think that's why a lot of people don't get to speak out about it.
I think it's just wrong to prey on children, especially have men that preys on younger children than that.
I said,
okay. It's sickening.
Ain't nobody say nothing about The Color Purple when he married his wife.
Let's do this. No, I know what we need to do. Watch this. Because this is where I want the bill to go for real, right? Who gives a group of individuals in an area the right to counsel a person for anything? Now, the law and the police says Miko can go to New York. But these street dudes said, no, he can't come here. That's what I'm telling you. Like, if the law don't ban me from an area, see, we in a time now where gangs can say, man, that nigga been I never come to Dallas. That nigga been I never come to here, come to there. Right? And yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that's fuck shit because gangs will allow Monsanto to come to their shit. They'll allow goddamn these pastors to deceive a grandma and have mega churches and ties and be in a Benz while motherfuckers suffering. They don't use the force on the people where it count. They want to bully vloggers and shit.
But what if Miko is a plant? What if
all they
Miko
gotta
is
do
a
is
plant?
go back with the police. If they take the police with them as security, they can go back.
Man, let's get to the real. Let's get to the real bill. Y'all know what I'm doing. Which one of you niggas on this shit gonna check in if a gang told you to? Like, let's quit playing. Talk that shit. Talk that shit. Let's go.
Hell no.
Nah, I ain't checking in with nobody.
I come and go
checking
wherever
in
I go.
shit.
I've been to 32 states in my entire life. I never check into with nobody. I don't care. Who the fuck come and go. I don't care. I'm not checking in. That's
No,
not
if I
me.
ain't checking in with no white, no cracker. I mean, well, let me take that back. If I ain't checking in with no white person, I'm damn sure I ain't checking in with no nigga.
Hey, look,
Yeah,
you gotta.
Yeah, go ahead. Y'all got
I'll
it.
say you gotta. Hey, look, if you scared, then follow that Charleston White, that 6'9" route. Work, call them feds. Say, I'm just checking in, let you know I'm going to these places. I don't know they got threats on my life though. I just want to let y'all know.
Well, now I ain't bringing up no Charleston White tactics or routes or none of that. I'm my own thing. But look, I get where you going. I appreciate it because I feel that Charleston White say some real shit, but he will take that shit to a whole other level. But salutes to him. Let's talk about question everything. If a gang told you right now, man, look. Jared, that shit you said about gangs don't stand up to the police, man. We don't like that. You can't come back to such and such. What's in you as a man to make you defy that? To make you say, well, since you told me not to come, I'm coming. Now, most folks will say that's petty. I just want to talk about that because look at what this title say.
Yeah.
We in a time where folks do stuff like this. That's what I was talking about. Yeah.
But see, I ain't going where I ain't wanted. That's just me.
But look, think about this. Just say, I want you to come to Vegas, brother. I want you to do that. But the Bloods in the area say, no, Malachi better not come to Vegas. But I'm like, Malachi, flat earth, I want to holler at this nigga. We're really going to be grown-ass men asking for permission for these gang men. Like, just me saying this now sound kind of weird. But I'm crazy. Yeah.
Hey, but what's crazy is this, though, Sanchez. You gotta operate as a grown man that's dealing with childlike mentalities that's using Nerf guns that got real bullets in them. You see what I'm saying? These niggas will really see you somewhere and want to do something based on the fact that we told you to check in. So it's like a catch-22. I still go where I'm unwanted if I want to go kick it with Sanchez, but I still move with a level of caution and my head looking both ways because I know one of these young niggas liable to do anything.
CIA swivel for sure. Keep that junk left, right.
I ain't going to the hood.
Move smart, yeah. Move smart.
I think you know what it plays.
Yeah, because
I think what it takes place too. The fame, man. The fame. If you don't got fame, is different too. So, if you know what I mean, it's a different mentality when you don't got fame because you ain't gotta worry about niggas knowing you. But when a motherfucker know you, it's different though. That's
fame ain't that. Listen, brother. If you get into it with a nigga on the internet and more than 30 people in them comments, you famous now. Motherfucker, go look at your picture and you don't know who nobody is or related to nobody while you walking through Walmart, might be at a gas station. Like this, how deep this shit is. All our likenesses are out here for anybody to just see you and recognize you out in the world. And you might think it's like a 1 in a million shot, but motherfuckers hit the lottery every day.
But Bobby, listen, this is the thing though. It's not the same that 30 people see me and you here right now, that a nigga that is like JC, and I say, that nigga JC can't come to Ohio, or that nigga JC can't go to Florida. And that nigga say, man, watch, I'm coming to Florida. Everybody know you in motherfucking Florida and Ohio.
Let me make it more
you
clear
and me,
for
that
you.
30 niggas know you. You feel me? So it's like the fame play a really big part of it. On that part, and if you scary for real in real life, and you got fame,
and you know what that proved to me, K, that any nigga with fame and he get that fame from the streets gonna exploit that motherfucking fame. The streets gonna exploit the shit then.
Yep.
A lot of rappers too, man. A lot of rappers stop these other rappers from coming to their cities where they from. You feel me? They might say, I don't like that nigga.
That's
he
why,
did something to me, and
bro.
he
That's
can't
why.
come here.
Hey, listen, nigga, if I was doing Hoodvlogs, I wouldn't call my shit Hoodvlogs. I would say, look, I'm a vlogger. And every now and then, nigga, I wouldn't be in the hood. I'll go to Brazil or something and switch it up. And see, because look, at that point, I swear you wouldn't dare get canceled. You wouldn't have to check in. Like Anthony Bourdain going to the fucking hood to eat some soul food wouldn't have to check in. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's a way that the energy you got. Like,
that's right. What you say about exploiting, that's right, bro, Sanchez, because that's how you gain a lot of motherfucking fame too. You feel me? You get a little bit of fame in the neighborhood. You become big blood or big cuz or whatever, and then you rub shoulders with one of these big
and then look, it's like a nigga like Vlad, right? You got some very respected OGs, dope boys, and all that who salute to Vlad. And there's some niggas in the hood that'll die for that kind of respect for these street niggas, unfortunately. You know, they look up to the OG, to the nigga who, and that nigga will go right on Vlad and give Vlad all kind of love. And it's like, because of that right there, Vlad gotta move different when he in the hood. Because your luck, like you getting your whole stamp of approval from the mob, nigga. Like you're in a whole nother element. Do y'all get what I'm saying with this YouTube shit?
Yep. You choosing sides too. It's like picking sides or whatever.
Gotta pick sides because look, if I interview the leader of the Bloods and me and him start going viral, then the leader of the Crips ain't gonna really be. I can't go to them Crip hoods.
And Sanchez, you're 100% correct. And I just wanted to chime in real quick, guys. I was, the whole time y'all were talking about this subject, I was just thinking about wavelength, right? See, regular guys like us, we wouldn't have to check in because of how we move. But yes, you know, when it comes to notoriety, when it comes to subscribers, when it comes to viewership, and even y'all spoke about, you know, government ties and stuff like that to the mob. It's like once you hit a certain wavelength, it's like, yeah, you talk about this in your raps, or you have this vlog and you talk about this is the type of vlog that you have. You're gonna have to check in. You're gonna have to check in. It's like, you know, it's like you reap what you sow, so to speak. You know, so if they out there talking about these things on a big panel or moving a certain way in lyrics and all this and that, they're gonna get G-checked. But the average guy, the average man, you know what I mean? Nah, because we're under the radar. We can move and swoop under the radar and duck and dodge all that crazy stuff. I digress.
I think
Okay,
I was gonna say, check it out. I think we forgetting this aspect of it too. Like sometimes when these dudes go to check in, it don't always be a respect thing. Sometimes I might need guns in this city that I'm in. I might need some drugs in this city that I'm in. I need to go check in with, you know, some good men in this city so they can help me out with that part of it too.
It's the gang culture. Yeah, that's a part of it. That's why if you align yourself with gangs, if you align yourself, and even if you're not a gang member, but you have a huge panel and you talk about gangs and you talk about violence or certain things, and people know your name is ringing. Oh yeah, right. Just like the example, like Sanchez said, Vlad's not a gang member, but guess what? He better move a certain way because they gonna put that pressure on him.
You know, and that's my thing, because you don't have to be a gang member. I'm glad you see what I'm saying, because just say if I was doing gangster vlogs and my whole channel was about interviewing all the gangsters, I got to move so fucking careful, man, because think about it. I just interviewed the Rolling 60s, right? And they was talking shit about the Hoovers. Now I gotta go interview the Hoovers. And they gonna talk shit about the 60s. And I can't be acting like I'm taking those sides in my vlog, because then, far as the Hoovers concerned, when you was amening that shit that the 60s said in your documentary, you can't come to the Hoover side now. We don't even want to do a documentary with you. So the brother was saying you got to choose sides when you get in there. You do. Because look, if you interviewing a big time OG of a certain set and y'all get this good partnership that go viral, You part of that gang on the low for real now. You part of that gang on the low now.
Exactly, Sanchez.
That's owned by the gang. Fact. Like
That
a
was gonna be-
newspaper that was
yeah.
run by the mob. Like
That was
this
gonna be my
is
next
really
point.
little baby mob
Hey,
ties. Yeah,
I
go ahead,
want to
Quinn.
touch on something that Bobby said too
Oh,
earlier.
Tanya, hey,
That some
yeah,
people
for sure.
are like some people are like in already in there where they can get guns whether they make it illegal or not. Now the brother say something really vital too. He say that they need to have friendship so when they go to another state they can go over there and get their gun. See, that's one of the ways that they can get guns illegally. They can actually have mob ties or gang ties with other people in other states, and they can go get the guns. And us as civilian, we ain't gonna get no guns. They're gonna take it out off of us. You feel me?
Hey, Mike Will, you said what I said was not true, and I'm gonna agree with you. It ain't 100% true. I'm making a point though. Like what I'm saying is, if I make the leader of a nothing ass gang, right, go viral because he was just known in that area, but now America know this nigga. It went from him being the leader of a gang who was hated in a little California section to now the whole world know who the leader of this gang is because of my platform. All of the people that his gang killed, all of the people that was murdered by his gang, them niggas is not gonna like me. They're gonna kill me if they see me. You know why? Because they gonna say, yo, they the one that made that nigga go viral. That nigga Sanchez, he the one that the reason why them niggas eating now, getting all that money, and they buying up these guns on us now. He funding them niggas. He helping them eat.
Guilty by association.
And Miko is a news outlet. He's news. And like I put in the back chat, like Hitler needed propaganda. All mob bosses own the newspaper. All the ones who run shit for real own the narrative as well. And so a lot of these young bloggers like Miko might not fully comprehend what he is to certain sects or certain groups, sections of the gang community or any community. So a lot of people jump into the deep end not really knowing how to swim. They just know how to doggy paddle. So that's really but really, man, I got to go back and watch exactly what happened because the first beginning of the video I saw, they was cool. And he was like,
look, you just like me. Look, me myself. That's how I know you really follow this shit. Cause look, I was just watching the young inmate shit like you. I'm like, okay, that's what's up. Miko got a Brooklyn pass. That's real shit. I fucks with Miko.
Exactly.
You know, it's hard to get a Brooklyn pass. You know what I'm saying? And just like that, they take it back. That's why, like somebody in the chat room said, do China Mac speak for everybody in Brooklyn? Yeah, if the real niggas in Brooklyn don't come out. Like if Mano and Jim Jones don't be like, hey man, fuck that shit. We represent New York. We good with Miko. I think that somebody need to, you know what I'm saying?
And they had to already know. And what's crazy is that I haven't watched all of it, but how you not know though? Because China Mac, because at first I thought when Bobby was like, nah, he from New York, because this China Mac is everywhere, bro. I thought for sure he was from LA or whatever.
Yeah, salute to China Mac, yeah.
Yeah, so he got his hands in everything, just like an underground little young mob boss, right? Mob ties, a little China J. Prince Jr., right? So he had to know. I feel like they had to know, and he's using this as clout. Even if he did, if Miko is or not, I feel like they had to kind of know, and they're using this to build off of, because he got viewers, he got subscribers, right? So yeah, they're going to extort the out of that dude. Absolutely. Whether
that's 100%. You hit the nail on the head, and it's sad that it's going that way because I'm not subscribed to him, but I like the way that he moves. I like the way that you know, and I've never seen him in New York before. But you know, it's tricky, and but at the same time, I got respect for China Mac too. But I also seen China Mac do some hater ass shit too. You know, because honestly, if you think about it, China Mac been quiet for like the last 3-4 months. You know, he ain't had nothing, like you said, clout chase. He ain't really
Since
had
Charleston
nothing.
White was lighting them boys up.
Yeah, he
Rocky
ain't really. He been, you know,
yeah.
he been quiet. Like he ain't had nothing. And you know, it's sad that Buddy, he got to fight for his life now. But back to Sanchez's point, Sanchez made another big point too. Listen, yeah, you got to. He did a good job treading lightly, but it's such a thin line when you're dealing with the streets. You will, if they son you, you are part of that team. So it's like you have to be a big, strong. You have to be a strong man of zeal, because the slightest weak in the chain, they will son you and they will own you, and you're gonna have to be forced to pick sides. And then if they can't see, maybe something happened to where China Mac got slighted because he ain't go to Chinatown or something like that, so he feeling a certain kind of way. It's just a dirty game, man. The streets don't love nobody.
Yeah, it's a difference between like being like having to check into a city and into a hood. I ain't about to check in no city. Shit, I'm going to whatever city I want to go to.
But look, Malachi,
if they say I ain't loud in the hood.
You know what though? You know why we can say that shit, Malachi? Because we ain't seeking that kind of clout.
Exactly.
Big
we just a family member coming to visit grandma or auntie or uncle.
Yeah, man, we on a higher level, bro.
Community. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, man.
That's why I say I don't.
Hey, let me ask y'all a question. Hold on, Kago, man. As you know, I've
We
been
ain't
listening.
seeking that kind of clout. Cause look, let me tell you something. When we was seeking that kind of clout, we was young and letting our pistols go off. Cause that's the only way you gonna get that. Like, think about this. If you're a damn hood vlogger trying to get hood clout, the only way you gonna get it is by saying, hey, look, man, I'm the best vlogger on YouTube, and I can go to the blood hoods today and go to the Crip hood tomorrow, because, hey, I'm welcome in all these hoods. But that's so hard to do, because like what me and the brothers was just telling y'all, these gangs gonna piss on you and mark their territory like a dog. These gangs is owning these vloggers like the politicians is owned by the corporations today. So you'll see these vloggers start to just interview only one area now. And he won't go outside of that because he being extorted. He know he can't go interview the ops, man.
But anywhere you go, you gotta check in with somebody. But look, I was listening to Charleston White, right? And he said Little Dirt got the same power to the youth as Tupac had. Is that not a dangerous thing? If Little Dirt got the power to the youth that Tupac had to us when we was the youth, that's dangerous.
But see, I want you to think about.
I don't think he got that much power like
No,
that.
he does have that power, and that's why they hit him with the RICO.
But look,
that's why rap artists are getting RICO charges, guys.
Yeah,
pay attention.
Yeah, but I want y'all to think about the actor, right? That was able to go to El Chapo's compound and interview him. Now that's the type of checking in when I think about checking in. But this ain't Mexico. And I don't understand why anybody would have to check in anywhere. I mean, because in Mexico is different because they everywhere. But you only gonna see these niggas on MLK in the hood, like, and you got niggas that scared to go to cities.
No, only place I'm checking in is the airport. Airport and the bus station. That's the only place I'm checking in, man, or the train station.
Yeah, I don't know. Dude steered it away from the voice of the youth, though. All right, cool. You got your point off, Malachi. But let's deal with the people that's teaching our kids, man. These are not politicians teaching our kids or none of that. These are the people they see on TV. No matter how much you try to hide them from it, their friends is watching it and they're still going to see it. So how do we change the role models, man, that bring the youth, to make the youth understand, man, this is stupid, because the youth think it's cool. They don't think it's stupid. How can we flip it? Or we can talk about it later and y'all can finish talking about pulling up Steven Jackson and all that. But I think it's important myself.
We talking about all that shit because it all tie together, drop. Even Stephen Jackson pulling up tie with this shit. Because the same thing we can say about these hood vloggers is what Stephen Jackson basically saying, look, man, I can go to the hood. Look, only thing what I'm saying about the hood vlog shit is this. And this another part about hood vlogs that we didn't discuss that I want to discuss. It's stupid. I'm telling you right now, if I wanted to give y'all some comedy, I can sit here and do video reactions on hood vlogs and let niggas walk you through their hood at 40, 50 years old, the same. I'm still here. I ain't never left. I'm right here. I was at this same store when I was 17. Yeah, man, let me walk you over here. See, yeah, you know, and let me walk you over here to where my, bro, that's the most hilarious shit ever. Listen, can you imagine a white man's hood vlog? It ain't like the white man don't live in the hood too, he do. But I would love to see like a UK, dude, mate, let me show you right here where we used to sell dope at and so, yeah, man, you know, the bloody fucking cop came right here and shot me. Like, can you imagine a hood vlog of another race? It wouldn't even sound right, bro.
You ever saw the trailer? Hold on. You ever saw the Trailer Park Boys? You ever saw the Trailer Park Boys, the TV show? That's exactly what they do, bro. They insane, bro. Motherfucker.
Nah,
but go ahead,
bro. We the only folks.
Absent, bro.
Hey, but you know we the only folks got that niggas do. We pay for. Let me show you something. Y'all gonna think I'm lying. You would think Miko is paying these folks to come to their hood and interview them. Cause guess what? Vlad TV, he paying Lil Boosie. He paying them rappers to let me interview you. Why? Cause them niggas already got clout. And Vlad know that he's getting clout from them. They ain't getting clout from him. He gotta pay them. Now let me show you about the hood vloggers. The hood vloggers actually pay, Vlad pay his people, but the niggas in the hood, they pay Vlad. They pay the vlogger. Like for you to get Miko Worldwide to come to your hood, you gotta book him. For Vlad to get a celebrity on his show, he gotta book that celebrity. So in the case of these little hood vlogs and sets, like he going to different Crip sets, Blood sets, he all over, right? Miko Worldwide. It's each set paying him basically the stunt on the next one. I saw this with my own eyes. He interviewed one area of Georgia, and in the other area he interviewed the next week was talking shit about that area, like, but they ain't getting money like us though. And that's kind of like how academics kind of did his thing. He created an outlet like, look, I'm not taking sides. I'm just reporting the war. And if I'm reporting how many dead bodies that this gang dropped, that gang over there gonna say, wait a minute, you didn't tell them how many we dropped. Now I get more clientele. Now they got to see what I'm saying? I'm getting more content. Now everybody want me to report their war stories. Wow, I'm the voice of the streets now. And the voice of the streets ain't necessarily got to be a street nigga. It can be a nerd, tech savvy nigga who know the algorithm. But because of that, he got a street he got a key to all the hoods. A street nigga ain't even got that key. But yeah, go ahead.
So isn't that stupid? Aren't you setting up yourself in your hood? Like,
you basically
why would you sit down with these bloggers and tell them what's going on in your neighborhood?
Hey, you know
and
what?
Who you dropping?
One more thing, Tanya. Guess what? The fucking mobs was signing deals with Hollywood to let them make movies about the shit they was doing. But now keep in mind the mobs can't be prosecuted now because they own the government basically. But these niggas in the streets can though. So you know,
Yeah.
But yeah,
But
Sanchez, what you said was real though.
that ain't checking in. They checking him in. If they paying him to do an interview in they hood, that ain't checking in. They checking him in.
That's checking out.
Yeah, check it out.
That's
check it out. Yeah.
Hey, hey Sanchez, but what a lot of the I felt you on about them bloggers, man, because you interview this side, that side get mad. Now you got these two sides going against each other. It's kind of like what the powers that be that do. You put this side against this side, then you sit back and say, look at these niggas.
Hey, but look, that's why I said, you know what? I appreciate what academics saw that, and he was conscious of that, and he was the first one that exploited that, and guess what? He even stepped back and moved different now.
Yep.
Because
he got under a lot of fire, man. A lot of people were saying he was wrong.
Yeah,
a lot of people were saying he was boosting the rate. Because you'll post, like, look, you'll post 5 bodies from this area, and then you'll go and interview, and then it's like, okay, 10 bodies. So literally, they will go and try to balance out these imaginary numbers that these so-called bloggers are doing. And so literally, they were saying that academics helped boost the murder rate some. He didn't cause it, he didn't cause the war, but he was out there because this is what you feed into. Not talking about the conscious brothers and sisters like us on the panel, but the ones out there in the mud, born in the mud, got to get it out the mud, and they don't know nothing else but that. And so I'm glad that DJ Academics step back a little bit, but man, these areas, like you said, the mob, they are the judge, they are the police officers. Some of these police officers will call and let the gang members know when this person's about to be released. Literally, I forget what happened, but the dude, I don't know if it was Chicago or not, but the dude got released from jail and he got shot and killed right outside the precinct.
Tell them how the drug dealers that's affiliated always get a heads up when a raid's about to happen, and they always skipped over. See, let me show you some real shit. Folks naive, me, myself, they don't know that this shit is that deep like what we saying. Check how deep it is, right? You didn't start coming out with mob and mafia movies until the mob took over the fucking government. Now we can tell you everything about how we was doing that shit, the ins and outs, and sell it to you and make more money. Who gonna prosecute us? We on to prosecute. But you weren't gonna get them kind of movies until after the fact. Think about mob on Hollywood too, yeah.
Yeah, my thing is DJ Academics. I mean, to me, that's what he was doing was real media. I mean, because he was only putting out there what's.
That's right. What you saying?
I don't think he was wrong.
He wasn't wrong. I'm gonna tell you what he did was, if he wasn't gonna do it, somebody else was gonna do it first. And it's so many DJ Academics now.
Bro, that happen on the hood all the time. You feel me? Like everybody on the hood know the nigga that, you feel me, that went and hit this lick or did the drill if you really hang around the guys. Like,
he was just the first to report it.
Yeah, he was just the first one. Yeah.
For sure.
And you know what? It's more like hood gossip, hood rumor, hood fucking. And hey, there's a big market for that on YouTube, bro. But you know what I like? I don't really like the celebrity gossip and hood gossip, bro. I like the hood channels that often niggas that was from the hood who coming out standing up against the OGs and the drill rappers. See, them the channels I'm fucking with. Like when it come to hood channels and shit, the nigga that's coming out saying, man, fuck these gangs. Fuck all these niggas that's saying that they... Yeah, but that's why folks, look, that's what I like about Charleston White. Folks keep saying they tired of hearing his name. You're going to hear that man name a lot because a lot of folks think he got a death wish. All right? That man right there is saying shit to people that you ain't heard on YouTube the way he's saying it. Come on now, unmute and tell me I'm lying. That nigga,
he actually have conversations with like big people, like lawyers, judges, people running for mayor. Like he in a different lane, but then he paint a picture Like, oh, I'm just a rap. I'm just fuck your rappers, whatever. But then when you look at his portfolio, man, he super into the whole bigging up black people for real.
Yeah, and I just hate that. I
Hey.
hate the aspect. Go ahead, Sanchez.
No, I was just telling Mr. Humble, you're right. Hassan Campbell and Charleston would have been a powerful duo against the damn, like the street element, but you know, ego, man.
Y'all heard
But yeah, go
how
ahead.
he started game banging? He started game banging because one of the when he was in prison, when he killed somebody, the mother of that child
His
said
friend.
he forgive him, bro. That shit got to me. I don't know. That shit got to me. He said I start game banging when the mom of the victim wronged me in prison and said, "Hey, I forgive you. Ain't no harm. Just move on." And he stopped game banging, bro. That's some real shit for real.
Hey, believe
I
it
ain't
or
gonna
not,
lie.
nigga, everybody, hey, Charleston White is the Black Napoleon resurrected.
And look, and Sanchez, to that point, I was going to mention, I hate, because I did hear when they was comparing Tupac to Lil Durk and all that. Nah, give, because Charleston White is not an artist. He's not a rapper, but he more Tupac than Lil Durk.
See, Tupac, he his range was worldwide, man. Not just black youth, white youth. He had all the goddamn youth across the goddamn planet. And I think that's the difference.
No, the difference
that
is
a
no.
big difference.
The difference is that he died young and he gave his thug life. He gave his thug life to a monster on the West Coast. So his purpose was blemished. See, Charleston White, all his shit is on paperwork and all in his youth, and he's actually an activist.
Here go the point you missing. Here go the point y'all missing. I mean, Tupac not here, and I'm talking about the black youth. And Dirk is the new voice. I ain't saying he better than Tupac. I'm saying we listen to Tupac, now we're grown. Now the youth is listening to Dirk. You see our influence versus their influence. Their influence is pick that stick up and let it ring. Our influence was, hey man, stand up for yourself as a black man and let it ring. Or stand up for yourself as a human being and let it ring. Not stand up for yourself as a gang set and let it ring.
And Charleston White is doing that. Charleston White is doing that more than Little Durk.
Let me say something real quick. I said never compare one man to another. Bro, if what you was saying was true, the world wouldn't even be what it is now. Cause niggas gonna always compare Bo Jackson to fucking Thurman Thomas. Niggas gonna compare Emmett Smith to goddamn that one. They gonna compare John Elway to Joe Montana. They're gonna compare Art Monk to Jerry Rice and etc. Bro. Get over
we
it.
live in a versus society. We live in a versus society. You can't get around it.
Get over it.
And this shit'd be dope as hell though if we didn't. And the ego, everybody's ego would shrink. And it is impossible. I know exactly what you're saying. But everybody's ego, imagine nobody had an ego and nobody had a comparison and nobody had a judgment. Nobody would need to tell a lie. And that's a made up world, but that shit would be dope as fuck.
See, the school system gets you out. They put you verses. They teach you verses at an early age. You know, Pop Warner, all that verses, high school verses. I know niggas that got killed behind high school football because it's fucking verses. I mean, it's just crazy how they teach us about verses. And this was just to go back to what Sanchez said. It's always going to be a comparison, man. You can never get around that shit.
Yeah,
Never.
it gotta be. But see, the thing is, what people don't understand is it gotta be a negative, because if there's no negative, there's no positive. It's just neutral, and neutral is nothing.
Yeah, see, and if you don't want to be compared to other men, you might as well go in the house and lock yourself in there, because that's what the competitive world is about. They're going to look at everything you did today and compare it to every man in your age group, and they're going to say who doing the best. I ain't make them rules. I'm just competing like you within this shit.
When you pick a woman, you put this woman's stats against that woman's stats, and you compare them.
You do that.
It's just the way we operate.
And that's why I said, yeah. And look, and that's why I made the comparison between black folks having hood vlogs. Can't nobody debate me on that. I'm gonna get my coon on. Ain't no white hood vlogs. See, I even go so far as to say that Jerry Springer was the first world star. Instead of them screaming world star, they was screaming Jerry. Jerry. White folks was the first world star. We came along, world star, world star, whatever. But Jerry, never forget, Jerry did that shit first. Jerry Springer made a market for ratchetness before any fucking body did. But my thing be, to my point, damn, y'all probably remember my point, and I don't even remember my point right now.
The hood vlogs, white hood vlogs.
The fucking hood vlogs. There you go, brother.
What, white people exploiting black people?
But he was exploiting trailer park whites too, Jerry.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And then look, the hood vlogs going to the Mexican gangs and the white boy gangs too, exploiting all the race. So they were sporting the trash of the low and down trash. And when you start exploiting, right? When you start exploiting the trash, guess what happens, sister? You don't clean it up. Now it's stinky now, cause trash everywhere. If I can make money off this trash stand right here, we ain't gonna throw it away. We gonna let that trash sit right there in them trailer parks, in them ghettos, in them slums. And guess what we gonna do? We gonna get a camera and a microphone and go over there to where that trash at and say, look, world, it stank over here. Look at these people that living where the trash at. Look at these goons and goblins that's living in the, you see that? And it stank too. Yeah, man, look at this trash that we don't clean up. Why? I can make money interviewing the trash area. If I found out that a landfill was a tourist destination, I would never get rid of the trash in that landfill.
Well, they could say that that area is trash, but we just don't know they trash to exploit it. So and I'm sure it's more trash.
Sanchez had said something. He said this is, I think Sanchez said that this was sad or this was ugly, right? So the point that we have to really dissect is that why is it that in America, operating out of your lower vibration is praised? Because when Sanchez said that, I was already in my mind thinking like, okay, if we can redo.
You froze up, brother.
Yeah, froze.
Peace and respect, everybody.
Peace and power, man.
Shalom.
No, but I see where the brother was going. We do operate in our lower self, which is our lower chakra, is the root chakra, and it's to keep us in that root chakra so we won't reach to our higher self.
Well, that's what public school does. That's what Bobby Hemmett said. Public school will fuck your kid up.
You know what's crazy?
Anyone watched The Devil's Advocate before? That's talking about the lower chakra, and then when he killed himself at the end, he killed his lower chakra to get to his higher chakra.
Hey, and listen, somebody said hood vlogging is not exploitation. The reason I say it is because if I'm making money off of hood vlogs, if America say, you know what, we getting rid of all the hoods in America, I'm going to get worried. I'm going to say, yo, you getting rid of the hoods? How I'm going to make money if it ain't no ratchet people to interview? If it ain't no way to show where the dirt at, where the graffiti at with my camera, niggas throwing up the sets. If you get rid of all that, I'm going to go broke, man. That's my job. I'm a hood vlogger.
And see, my thing is, look, the reason why you have these people that act the way they act in our hood environments, in our culture, in our hood culture, is because that's all they know. It's like, look, if you ain't never knew what good is, hey, the most ratchetest thing to a person that know what good is will say that's bad, right? But you think that's good. You know what I'm saying? So it's our knowledge of what we know.
And y'all talking about the heart of the hood. Do y'all know how big the hood is? The hood don't act like
how
that.
big the hood
All right, cool.
is.
Now hold on. Y'all talking about, hold on.
That's semantics,
Y'all, hold on,
Yeah, that's
bro.
that bullshit drop.
No, ain't no bullshit about it because the hood,
hey,
you actually got, hold on, stop,
I'm
bro.
finna give you the mic though, but look.
I guarantee it.
We ain't just talking about the heart of the hood. We talking about the foot, the thigh, the leg, the neck, the forehead, all that shit of the hood.
Hey, do you know every suburb is only 3 blocks from the closest hood? Bro, that shit is all the same, bro. You can move in a better neighborhood.
Hey,
and
Drop,
that
let me
shit
ask you a
hood.
question. Show me the suburb vloggers. I only see hood vloggers. I'm going to be the first suburb vlogger in the world. And I'm going to go around interviewing them but suburb niggas. Somebody ought to do
You is a
that.
suburb hood blogger. All right, hold on. If you from the hood, right, and you make it out the hood and you blog, you a suburb hood blogger. There's no way around it.
You can't blend suburb and hood. Once you make it out the hood, you in the suburbs and you can't claim the hood
So you
no
telling
more.
me, all right, let's do it like this. All right, in the hoods that you know, right, we only talking about 4 blocks out of a whole city.
No, we only talk about what poor black people
Hold on.
live.
No, let me holler at him.
It's blown out of
Too many people talking. Let me holler at Drop real quick before it get confusing. Drop might be right. In a war zone, it ain't nothing but 2 miles of that a whole country where people getting shot and the bombs and shit hitting the fan. Like when America go to war with a country, we go to war with that whole fucking continent. But the war is only taking place in a 3-mile area. I get what Drop's saying. And the war zone is what we call the hood. Everything around the hood supplies the war zone. We call that the suburbs. The people who responsible for keeping the hood the way it is, right? But my thing is this right here, though. No one's give a fuck about the area outside the war zone. The news reporter is reporting with bombs dropping in the background and shots going off because he want to be reporting live at the war zone. Like the hood vloggers. They want to be right there in 60's neighborhood. They don't give a fuck about the suburbs. America don't care about the suburbs, even though America was built to be a big suburb. Ain't that some shit?
I think it's like this. Sanchez. To Drop's point, or what I think Drop's point, what he was getting to.
I already spoke to Drop's point.
You just interrupted him.
But that's what I'm saying. The only person need to holler at me now is Drop, because I think Drop feeling me on that. I'm agreeing with Drop point.
Yeah.
I'm saying,
I'm feeling all that.
Yeah, Drop right.
I'm mad that any dark-skinned urban person, all right, they gonna consider them from the hood. That's what I don't like. Like say if you met George Macon, you would be like, he from the hood. But he running urban nerds, everything. So once black people gotta take the fingerprint, it's almost like how white people gotta take the fingerprint for oppression.
Can I say one thing, Drop? I know where you going. I'm from the hood. But when the hood is no longer for me, I'm a suburb nigga. Now, you can be from the hood, Drop, and you can move to the suburbs, but it's the hood is still from you. You're not a suburb nigga. You're a hood nigga, and we want you out the suburbs.
Yeah,
so let me ask you a question,
Sanchez. For sure, get them hood nigga out the suburbs.
Right. If the hood ain't moved out of you, I don't care where you go in the earth. Yo ass a hood, ratchet ass nigga I don't want round me.
All right, let me ask you a question, Sanchez.
That's
so
true.
Let's talk about this hood. So this hood, what we identifying as hood. So what does it take to make a hood?
None of that don't matter because guess what, Madon? You know I know what it takes. You know what it takes. But
poor blacks.
It
takes poor black people.
It takes poor black people. Let me answer that man. He asked me a question. Let me answer the man. It take poor any kind of people to make a hood. It's hoods all over the world, and they ain't just black folks. Show me poverty, I'll show you a ghetto.
That's what. Hey, that's my point exactly. There you go.
Bomb, boom.
I can ride with that. Exactly.
Hey Sanchez, that's literally like say the world is the ghetto. It's like get on. You know, say the ghetto is short for spaghettification.
Poor people,
brother.
You get caught in a hole in the hood. You know, like say the potholes, the whole environment. You feel me? It's like get on in the ghetto. If you can't stroll straight, you know what I'm saying? You can get your leg broken or your head busted. You know, the world is just
and the sad part about it, a lot of times it's not about choice.
Right. The whole world is a ghetto. So I feel you on that.
Hey, that's true. That's true though, because one thing about the hood never been neighborly. That's why it's called the hood. Shit.
Yeah. Hey, the suburban is just a pretty mess.
Ain't no State Farm. Like ain't no good neighbor. You feel me?
Yeah. Hey, look, that's what I'm saying. If the hood was neighborly, when motherfuckers in the hood get their money right, they wouldn't move out. Let me show you how sad it is, David. You got dope boys who don't even live in the hood where they sell their dope at. Nigga, where I'm from, the dope boys live right there where the rich white man and all them stay.
Got the white neighbors.
And they drive to the hood to check on their businesses just like the rich white folks do. The rich white folks do the same thing. They go just to the hood to check on their shit, and then they back to they shit. So yeah,
that's the job. Exactly. That's the place I go to work, not to sleep and live. Facts.
But you
know, one more thing. I just want to say one thing about I just want to say one thing about the culture, right? About we set the trends, right? Like Migos. The trend of loving your impoverished environment. I don't know when that started, but I just wanted to throw that into my 2 cents.
See,
that's that cage
that's
won't come
the
out
shit
of.
that made me a coon right there. Them kind of that kind of narrative right there.
I'm a super coon then, so
ain't that concept of say you a free a caged animal, but they won't come out the cage?
The cage is inside of them. See, you can take that gorilla. Let me show you some shit, right? This is a fact. You know the little neck collar that they put on the dogs when they reach a certain point, it'll shock their ass. And it'll make them stay in the barrier. Look, you can take that shit out of their neck and they still won't cross that barrier. You can take that shit up out their neck. Because now the device is in their mind now. So at that point, it's a mental slavery. You don't even need the physical device now once it's mental. So once
Hey, Sanchez, then check this. It's like knowing where the ledge is. You know how, like, say them 2 green patches in the front of a basic house. Say you told your children not to pass that green patch that'll lead them to the sidewalk. You know, it's like knowing the ledge, but in this case, it's opposite of, go ahead and move around. They won't move out the spot where the cage is. Or where
stuck in
the
their ghettos like that dog, right? Ain't nothing keeping them there, but they own mentality. If I go outside of this area that I call my hood, I'm in somebody else's hood. And at that point, I'm vulnerable. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm.
See, I was different when I was from the hood. I said, you know what? I want to see the world. I want to go to other people's countries and feel what it's like to be under their see what it's like other than America. Malcolm X did it. When Malcolm X took his first pilgrimage, he came back and said, fuck the NOI. That show you how deep this shit is when you see the world. It's a reason they don't want you to get outside of your ghetto. And guess what? The ghetto is not physical, it's mental. It's a certain group of area in your fucking mind, dude, that ain't on the damn map nowhere, nigga.
Real
You
shit.
doing that to yourself, saying I'm not leaving this little shit in your mind. And the world big as hell.
Hey, Sanchez, would you agree with me that say ghetto is short for get out?
I can see the poetry of what you're saying now, but right now what I want you to do is be straight up mind's eye and go into the young niggas who don't do the deciphering and etymology and just give them some real nigga OG shit. Like, bro, get your ass, go see the world. Like, don't let these niggas make it y'all know you not leaving the hood is a badge of honor today. And I ain't gonna lie, nigga, I'm not old, I'm just 37. And when I was coming up in the hood, we loved the hood, but if you never left the hood, we still joked on your ass. Now today, if you don't leave the hood, nigga, that's what's up.
You're a real one. You're a real one.
Nah, bro.
like a
The
rose in the ground.
this nigga will say, man, we gotta get out. We gotta explore the world. Now this is nowadays. We gotta get out. We gotta explore the world. And then the nigga go have an opportunity to explore the world just because the other nigga don't have that opportunity. Then nigga like, man, you just sell out, man. Why you gotta leave the good? Why you gotta leave the hood, bro? You don't even come around.
Oh man,
niggas love their comfort zone. Niggas love their comfort zone.
Hey, look, that sound like that nigga old dog. He was mad because Kane was leaving.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
Look, check it out. Sometimes it's this deep. Sometimes you be in the hood and you be deep in it, right? Where you safe at, you uncomfortable. So I'm more comfortable in the hood where it's dangerous at. I feel safer.
That's so crazy.
I swear to God.
Hey, you know what's crazy?
That's called a comfort zone.
Hey, you know what's crazy? There's some scuba diver right now who feel more comfortable surrounded by deadly sharks than he do in his living room. And he'll tell his wife, baby, I just gotta get back to the ocean. Like, the sea is calling me. And he in a whole bed with his feet kicked up, but he wanna be under the ocean water surrounded by sharks. And that's when he's at his most comfortable state. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Same, yeah.
You know, people don't like change unless they getting change out of a vending machine. They ain't supposed to be getting anyway, man. So, you know, they say in the definition, they say ghetto means a crowded, poor part of the city lived by a specific ethnic group. They said the word is powerful, often associated with a rich heritage or a sense of shame and desire to escape. But nobody don't want to escape the damn hood, though. They don't want to escape the hood. They want to keep it in the hood. Yeah. And it's hard to change when you don't know what change is all about, man, when you're indoctrinated, bro.
The crazy
some of your fondest, some of your best memories. That's where your best memories begin sometimes.
The crazy thing, the police got the power to change that. You know why I say that? Because if you go to the motherfucking suburban area and trying to sell some drugs, nigga, you go to jail before 3. And if you're trying to kill somebody in a suburban area, nigga, you gonna be in jail before 3. Now, if you
this shit is leaking over into the
Let me say this. Look, let me say this.
Hey, look, let me say this. I'm straight out the fucking hood. I done been in the hood my whole life. And when I went to 13 fucking schools, I finally got my shit right by my senior year and moved to school, right? These kids did more motherfucking drugs than the law allowed. These kids was drinking, smoking weed, snorting cocaine, doing meth. Niggas wasn't doing that shit in the hood. Niggas might have been... Niggas wasn't doing. It's shit in the hood. Niggas not exposed to. Maybe because they're impoverished.
Remember though, the ghetto started with being a project. Let's remember that, y'all.
No. Hold on. Can I cut in real quick? Respectfully. Can I cut in respectfully? So the build is going. Okay, listen. So let's not forget the hood was just gentrified areas a couple decades or a few decades ago. You see what I'm saying? I guess the question is, what is the hood? Because at one point it was like Compton. Compton was an affluent white. George Bush grew up in Compton. Now look at it. You see what I'm saying? Is it systematic? Because
It's a project.
I
The
just
hood
don't
don't
like.
know anything about.
Hey, let me finish. Can I finish
based off
I
what
just
y'all,
want to
what
finish.
Sanchez
I
was
just
saying
want to
about
finish
keeping it
one
simple.
point.
Go ahead.
I just want to finish one point. I don't like how we kind of demonize in the hood because a lot of us come from that, right? But at the same time, let's not forget how it started and where it came from and the systematic aspect on what the quote unquote hood is. Just like to the other brother's point. I live in South Carolina. No, big dope come out of the suburbs. Big dope money come out of the suburbs. White kids, the same way white kids buy all the rappers.
No. Hell no, I'm not gonna allow that shit.
Why not? Because he just gave it to y'all. Look, you can't have it both ways. When y'all niggas just sat on this damn panel and said, "Oh, the dope boy moved out the hood and moved to the suburb." That what you think?
But he don't sell the he don't sell the dope in the subway. He don't sell the dope in the subway, and he don't got the dope in the subway, bro. Stop
Can
playing.
I tell y'all some more about the project?
Hold on. Hey, hold on. Hold on. Listen to this. Imagine this. Imagine a world where a young hood nigga, let's say myself, was pushing. I ain't had to be pushing nothing major. Do you know everybody that I was selling to was professors? I'm renting cars. I'm giving them 2 dimes a crack, and I'm gonna get their car for the whole. These are professors. I'm not selling shit to nobody in the hood because niggas in the hood ain't got money. They coming up to my with change. They ain't even went to the. No, niggas don't really just. If you in the hood, what the fuck? What I'm gonna get from you?
In the suburbs. How many niggas was doing that in the suburb with you?
Niggas in the hood
That's
got
what I'm saying.
money,
Just because you was doing it and just a couple of other niggas was doing that doesn't mean the whole community.
No, nigga, where I'm from, that's the place. Everybody was doing it. Everybody.
It's based on locations a lot of times, man.
I swear to God, if you got a whole gang in the motherfucking suburb trying to sell that shit, I bet you gonna be in jail before 3.
Nah, bro, they organized. It's a different type of. It's a different.
You don't know.
It's a different level of organization.
Hey, bro, you don't know about it, man.
Started in the hood. Hey, yo, I think it started in the hood, bro. Every day in the hood, bro. Niggas is outside every day in the hood. What is y'all talking about? They still like 50.
Y'all,
hey, 20 niggas outside in the hood.
Wait. Wait, bro. This is the thing, bro. The clientele. Look. You got certain.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make a quick announcement. Yeah. It's 5:22 right now, and I'm gonna have to end this one at 5:35, 5:40, and then I'll be live again in the morning or afternoon with more topics. But yeah, let's go ahead, guys. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was saying. Let me finish it real quick. Now, I was gonna say is, look, bro. A lot of it. Look, if you know, I ain't gonna be speaking of my business or my personal business. But if you know, your best clientele be the ones in the suburbs. Your best clientele is gonna be a lawyer. Just like dog, it's gonna be a lawyer.
That's understandable, but that's not my point.
Listen, they tell you come pull up. House, hey, look.
That's understandable. That's not my point.
Listen,
it's a big difference. Listen, there's a big difference.
Bro,
one at a time. One at a time.
Listen, bro. Listen. You pull up. His wife and kids in the house. You pulling up to the suburb, bro. You pulling up to the suburbs to give out that work, bro. That literally.
That's one car. That's one car, bro. What you talking about? I'm talking about. Listen. Let me talk because you talk. Let me talk because you talk. Since you know that much, let me talk. There's 20 niggas outside in the hood selling crack. You just say one car went to the suburban area and pulled up to one nigga. What the fuck is you talking about, bro?
He a New York nigga. That's all. He a New York nigga. They got
don't know.
He's not a New York nigga. This is every hood, bro.
Yeah, they got walk up there.
You go, bro. Every hood you go, bro. When I was in Puerto Rico, that's what. Guess what? When I was in Puerto Rico, guess what?
Coming through, man. Hey, you know what I want y'all brothers to sisters to
he not lying though.
Bro, I'm not lying. This niggas is not.
I'm not lying, man. Listen, I come from that area, man. People ain't in the suburbs selling no work. You might get a caller, or you might get a customer.
Hey, guess
you might
what?
get 1 or 2 customers who's in the suburbs. But
the people in the suburbs are the top custies for real. Like how you will have
facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro, Sanchez, that does not mean
all of the teachers
that
smoke
does
dope.
not mean that you got 20 niggas in the suburb.
The hood is flocking, robbing,
Can I
and
give
killing.
y'all
That's
some more
what
about
hood
the
is.
project?
Hood shit is murder, robbery, and murder and robbery. That's
you
hood
gotta
shit.
understand
That's not
everything
weight shit.
that made the ghetto really bad.
When y'all talking about hood shit, it's a mentality. I can tell you this. Mostly everybody on this panel. Listen, mostly everybody on this panel is hood. We talk over each other. We scream over each other.
Ego,
All that shit is
all
hood.
that
Well,
shit.
look, no.
Check it out.
Wait.
This is what I mean.
This important. Look, the way we behave and express ourselves don't constitute you for being hood. I'm gonna tell you some real shit. There's a lot of people who ratchet as fuck, but they ain't no street people and no hood people. When I'm talking about a street nigga or a hood motherfucker or a street chick, that's a chick that'll walk up on you and dome your ass. Straight up, she'll blow your brains out, bro.
Rock-a-bye, baby.
Straight up. I'm not talking about just a chick with long nails and talking loud. You know what I'm saying?
How many gigs you see? How many gigs you see on the suburban areas walking, just geeking like crazy?
Somebody grandmother said
you don't know, man.
My thing is this: all of us from the hood, but not all of us are hood niggas.
Talk about it, man.
That's true.
What I'm saying is, you can have somebody grandmother that's hood as hell, smack you out, curse you out, all that. She hood. She don't do that suburb. She don't lead a hood. Now I'm talking about a
Here's
grandma.
what I'm telling you though, my brother. Somebody, listen, bro. A person in the suburbs will cuss you out and smack you. That ain't what's making you hood though. I'm telling you, a person
in the suburbs in a nice neighborhood, they're gonna call the police when it's a confrontation.
That's a lie. That's a lie. Let me tell you something. Here's what separates the suburbs from the hood. The suburbs don't allow criminal activity where they lay their head, and in the hood they do. Simple.
Thank you.
Thank you. Look, you right. You right, Sanchez.
The ghetto are gated community, but it's gated to keep the bullshit in. The suburbs is gated to keep the bullshit out.
Right.
Exactly. That's all I was saying. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, and look, this is why I came up here. This why I came
Hey,
up
hold
here.
on. Can I say this real quick? Sanchez's point. The hood is making criminal activity accepted. In the suburbs, they still do ratchet shit, fight. My neighbor went over his property line. He cut his lawn a fucked up way. They still get into it and box each other. They just not doing criminal shit.
Hey, watch this. Hey, this gonna really fuck y'all up too.
The United States hood.
Facts. Watch this though. This what's gonna fuck y'all up. You know when you in the suburbs, when you see a neighborhood watch sign, and you know when you in the hood, when you hear folks say, we ain't watching shit, nigga, we ain't telling, I didn't see nothing, move, don't talk to me. See, that's the difference. In the suburbs, we looking for the criminal activities so we can tell on it. In the hood, we ain't looking for shit, I didn't see nothing, you been not ask me nothing.
That's exactly what I
talk about being black.
That show how vicious we being treated. Just show how vicious we being treated, man.
Hey, look.
Think about that.
Can I speak real quick?
I was just about to say that the fiend, there's still fiends, big ass fiends, big fiends inside them gated communities.
Hey,
that don't mean nothing, bro. We ain't talking about no fiends.
Think about that logic. That just show how bad we being treated. When we don't want to say nothing about how bad we're being treated. We're scared to. We're afraid to because it's all we've ever seen was people being silent.
That's
right.
That's all we've ever seen from it. It's just people being silenced and killed off because they telling the truth about it.
Hey,
and now, you know what I'm saying?
Listen, Yeshua. New Jack City, nobody in the shit that Nino took over said nothing. They was prisoners in their own shit. That's what I'm saying.
In their own little apartment. Hey, look, where you said that, Sanchez.
Well, we just going from that project, though. We started from the project to the ghetto thing. Remember, this is a plan. So if we confused about anything, let's start there. It's a plan to have us confused about every single thing, except for the God's given right to breathe fresh air without being stressed or killed off. That's all the project was for. Now we turned it into a place of passion and love and admiration. And now, since that's not what the system was predicated off of, now they want a part of that. So that's why we unified.
Hey, you know what's funny? Well, here goes some funny shit. Somebody said, I'd rather have nosy neighbors because I'm in the suburbs with neighborhood watch. Here's what you don't realize, right? You got a bunch of nosy neighbors in the hood. They just ain't nosy about the right shit. So everybody know everybody business in the hood. But they can't. But when the police come and ask them who it is terrorizing the hood, that's what we don't know. We don't know that. So you got the wrong interpretation. If you're in the fucking suburbs, everybody there got big ass 10 feet gates and fences around their house.
I might privacy get hurt for like this a motherfucker. The ones that survive, wouldn't know this.
Sanchez, look at this,
the ones that survive wouldn't know this. So if y'all look at a bone cutter, and then tell me what cups look like, I'm gonna tell you, the ones that survive, they wouldn't say nothing how vicious it is. And the ones that didn't survive ain't here to tell you. I did both. Take a look at some bone cutters right now, and then tell me what cups is being used for.
Okay, look, you know how people play dumb, deaf, blind to the fact, they turn the blind eye to the shit. Okay, this is literally your whole skull turned off. You know what I mean? Now, say where people do the things like all of it, comparing, because this is what we doing right now, comparing the hood to the suburbs. This is what I was saying. This is why I hit the link, Sanchez. This is like where we compare. This is what we call in debate. So say it's like where you don't judge a man as a man yourself. You teach your son not to judge the next man. You know what I'm saying? Because what is your opinion towards this person? In comparing, son, it's like, say somebody got the fresh shaped apple, somebody got the bent up apple. This is how they talk about the world being pear shaped. You know what I'm saying? All of this shit is just a complaining for the one that's a crying baby.
You know what I'm saying? Defend yourself. You got to defend yourself with every inch of breath that God has given you, because the old way is passed away, man. We got to look around. Let's pay attention to the Young Turks channel on YouTube, man. They got some real volatile information on them, man. It's called Indisputable.
Hey, look, I don't care what no fucking body say. Indisputable is my shit.
Okay,
what's his name? What's his name? No, it's the little black dude with the glasses on. What's his name? Michael something? Some shit.
Michael John White.
I forgot his name.
No, the dude who do Indisputable show.
Did he play
I can't
Spawn?
think of it. Let me see. I'm gonna show you right now.
Is it the dude that played Spawn?
That nigga there, he be serious as fuck too.
It's on the Young Turks channel.
Yeah.
So you'll see that as TYT channel.
His name, Dr. Rashad Ritchie. Dr. Rashad Ritchie.
Now remember, y'all, this is based off the
That's
treatment.
my shit. I
so
only
when we
watch
learn
him.
something, we gotta defend ourselves. We can't go out like, oh, because you did this to me, and now we are the judge and the jury that God has. We can't go out like that. We gotta say, because I know you, I know myself, and I know what I will and won't do, and we gotta stand on that like never before. Ain't nothing else finna change unless we do, and that's the change. We gotta stand on that with every iota. Anything that's causing you that stress or that pain, and likely right now is gonna be our women's, because women, the definition, stop men. We're not categorizing or blaming them. We saying, since we know you, because we are learned, we are grown, we are men of God. This is what has to happen. I'm talking to African American males. We are the lost tribe. People get confused when they hear the story of the Hebrew Israelites. All of us are Hebrew Israelites, and there's only one lost tribe. One tribe that went through those years of slavery, went through those years of confusion, and are still living without a country to back and support our every need. And so that's what we got to stand up for. If you African Americans, stand up for that, because God has given us a promised land. It is one name given. We back. I love what y'all doing, man. Blessings to the panel. Blessings to the people that's here listening. All those things must happen, bro. We got to stand on that the right way.
Much
yes,
respect.
sir.
Yeah,
and we don't die, we multiply.
Yes, sir.
I just gotta say, I don't watch nothing on TYT because it's another propaganda channel to me. But maybe that one little show on it, but it might be legit.
I ain't gonna cap though. Indisputable be going ham though. That nigga that be going off.
I'll check it out, but yeah,
it's non-biased truth. It's non-biased.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, and,
yeah. Because look, Malachi, I never did fuck with the Young Turks either. But Indisputable, I didn't even know he was with them until I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I do fuck with him now.
I'll check it out.
Yeah. I got another blessing for the people, man. I know y'all see things happening around y'all really quickly. Is there something that could happen? I know we all use alcohol. I smoke weed myself. I know some do cocaine and all kind of stuff. But is there anything that we can keep inside of the law right now that'll help us make this change? And if y'all name it right now on this channel or somebody do it specifically, y'all will see it happen in the world.
7 days, one time a month.
You talking about
again for 7 days, one time a month. That's the least you can do is fast for 7 days, one time a month.
Hey, look, okay, yes. Go ahead.
Nah, it's all right. You got it.
No, I was gonna say, as we close out, to the people that say, Brother Sanchez, you dealing with the news? Yes, guys, and I want you to do the same. I want you to not only deal with the news, I want you to deal with the Bible. I want you to deal with the Quran. If you don't deal with these things, guess what you telling me? You ain't willing to meet people where they at. And then you ain't no good for me, for real. I can't really do nothing with you. If you can't talk politics with the political people, if you can't talk Bible talk with the Christian folk, Quran talk with the damn Muslim folks, you're not fit for this job. Go to work, cash your check. You ain't waking nobody up, though. Forget about that.
Man, drop a motherfucking
bomb, bro. Drop that bomb, man.
Yes, sir. Right. Yeshua could speak every language. I speak every language, body language most fluently. I am the 0.1%, man. I ask again, anything that we can transition better with. Like I say, myself, I smoke weed, and you see weed now on a federal level is legal. These are the things that are happening. So if you
meditate.
Okay, anything for y'all, the people, though. This for the people. I know we having a hard time in every area of life. So maybe there's an area or response that I'm not, giving attention to, that we can kind of, shorten this distance. I know that money in the form of reparations is the most basic crime. Right now, we're garnishing that. That means they have to. We're not asking for nothing. You don't see the general person walking around saying, hey, reparation. You see a few select people garnishing that. So right now, they're just having a hard time distributing the money to the right people for the right reasons. And so, just a short while longer, man, y'all gonna see us start to get paid like the Indians, man. I will not be wasting my time and my efforts doing nothing else but solidifying that position that we have been promised already.
Yeah, but see, I personally think we are the Indians. I think we are the indigenous people. Like you said, African American, and I don't look at myself as African. I look at myself as, you can call me
not at
American.
All the way American.
We've been classified as that already. And that's the only way to classify us to the next transition. We've been classified as that already.
We are the original people, bro.
There you go, Fly. Right. There you go, Fly Optician.
The only tribe on the planet. Let's not forget that part. The only tribe on the planet that does not have a country that support us. Remember that, y'all.
We got to be comfortable saying that we're American without putting that on it.
Right.
Because they want you to fucking put all the adjectives with it. Fuck that, I'm just an American,
we the true Americans, man.
And they wanna associate those so-called Indians on the reservations as Indians, but we are the true Indians. We are the true indigenous people of this land. Yeah. We're not African American. We are just Americans.
Ain't got nothing to do with Africa, and ain't got nothing to do with Africa.
And that's really why they killed Martin Luther King, because he was about to air all of that out to his people, because when he start pulling from under their wings, because he was one of their puppets before, but he start meeting up with Malcolm X, and Malcolm X started teaching him what was going on. And so when he started pulling from under the white man or whatever, that's why they shot him on that balcony.
Yeah, he said coming for his money. He said we coming for our money. That was the last speech he gave.
Speaking of the whole Pan-African shit, the Angry Man did a stream saying, I'm not African or some shit like that. I was in his chat room. That nigga was going in.
Remember, the treatment is so vicious that he didn't die from that shot from the balcony. He died from being smothered by a pillow.
They killed him in the hospital. They killed him in the hospital. They killed him in the hospital.
I just want to bring attention to the treatment. I want to bring attention to the treatment.
We're fucking on point over here. Y'all see it?
Listen, when he got to the hospital, he was still alive, and you know all those doctors and nurse went in that room and started spitting on him.
Watch this. Tell him about the tie now. Tell him about the tie.
Stuff. I just know about the pillow.
Go into the tie shit for the people who don't know about it. Y'all don't know about it. Check this out, right? Everybody that got shot on that, you know, when Martin Luther King got assassinated, Martin Luther King was the only man that wasn't wearing a tie. And they was saying that how they was orchestrating the shit based on that when it came out. Like, y'all didn't see the whole documentary and shit. They was saying how it was leaked that their target was the one without the tie. And shit That's like crazy. That. Everybody, if you pull up the picture, let me see if I can pull it up real.
That's crazy. That nigga say, shoot that nigga. Which one? The one without the tie, nigga.
Then it be the motherfucker all in on it though.
Yeah, I don't know how true that is, but that was crazy though. It's a lot of conspiracies around that shit though.
If a headshot didn't kill him and then they got to smother him at the hospital, that shows our intense fight for life. We got to stand on that, y'all. We cannot forget the treatment, because the treatment without that is just going to have us in a cage or something like that. And I'm not having breath in a cage no more ever in my life. And that's something that God has ordained. So we gotta do this way. There's no other way.
Hey, y'all, I had it backwards. Actually, I'm going to show you the picture that they said real quick. Actually.
The black and white pictures, right? Yeah.
Actually, they was saying, see, this dude, Jesse Jackson, the one set King up. They was saying, they was saying they knew not to target him because he wasn't wearing a tie, but everybody else was wearing a tie except Jesse Jackson. And they was saying, make sure you don't, something like that. But after King died, he ended up getting a position in government.
Of course, because he was the next puppet.
Yeah, JJ Dynamite.
After he got shot, they say Jesse Jackson pointed a different direction from the way the shot
looking like JJ Dynamite.
Yeah, they just killed Martin Luther King because he started pulling from under their wings because he was one of their puppets. He was a 33rd Freemason.
Hey, look, and then they did it with Malcolm X. Because once these organizations can't control you, they ain't gonna have no rogue leaders. They gonna just get rid of you.
That's right.
Both of them at 39 years old, because 39 is a significant number. Never make it to 40. It takes a woman 40 weeks to have a baby, and the number 40 and all the so-called holy books is very significant to the Most High. So they killed him at 39.
What's significant about the 0.1% is the first time they tried to crucify him, when they said the earthquake happened or the earth split in half, that's how they realized they couldn't harm or hurt that body. If you read the good book, you'll see they paid the Roman soldiers to say the disciples took the body, and then the disciples themselves seen that the body wasn't there. So the person himself, if you go to Luke, the 24th chapter, the 24th through the 7th, the 24th through the, babe, stop messing with me. If you go to Luke, the 24th chapter, the 37th through the 43rd verse, you'll see that in the words of Jesus himself, not from the disciples, not from history, not from anybody else. Jesus himself said, I'm not a ghost, I'm not dead. A day after that happened to him. You go to Luke, the 24th chapter.
And peace to Martin Luther King. And just one thing for the sisters to understand, you know, and it hurts me. Nobody talks about his mother that was assassinated in her place of worship. Salute to the sisters.
We need to look into that, J-Mac. We're going to have to talk about that. Hey, listen, guys. I can do this shit all night, but I got to get out of here. I hope to see y'all on the next one, though. This was lit, though, for real.
All right.
Salute.
Peace, man.
Love to y'all,
Much respect, man.
For sure, man. Much love, guys. We'll see y'all
All right,
on
peace,
the next
bro,
one.
Sanchez, man.
Yo, much love.
All right. Peace.
All right. Hey, salutes to everybody in the chat room. Thank you if you supported the show. We encourage you to do so. The 2 links are at the bottom there, or you can sign up for the Patreon, and that'll be in the video description area. Check out the video description area for all things that you may need. And I just want to say thank you, everybody that support what I do. I try to be versatile and cover all topics on all areas, and I think we do a good job with the 2 platforms that we are growing here. So thank y'all for helping me.